Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. It's going to be another episode of SNTR Gaming talking about New World endgame problems. I did watch Upper Echelon's video and wanted to sort of do not a response to him, but talk about those problems and sort of officially put it into a category of this is sort of an understood given thing, but these things do need to be addressed. If you like these live streams and you didn't catch this one live, hit subscribe and the bell button so you don't miss the live streams, and then we do record this section. This is an SNTR update. The New World endgame problems are rearing their head more, and Upper Echelon even did what I would consider to be a pretty good and fair video about a lot of the problems with New World's endgame. Some of what I'm pulling in this video is from a lot of the things that he highlighted. This isn't necessarily me responding to him, but I did think it was a good subject. If you like these short video game updates, hit subscribe and the bell button. That way you don't miss my uploads. So I want to talk in this video about the problems, how some of this is a player problem, and then I want to end by talking about the true audience. I'm just going to tick off and list virtually everything Upper talks about in his video. First, he talks about materials that are basically missing from the endgame. These are needed, they're supposed to be dropping, and their drop rate, as he describes it, if this is intentional, it's sadistic. It's just almost impossible to get them. They seem to not even be in the game, or maybe they're having some sort of a drop conflict. Now, I had my own issue with this. There was a wiki that said you could get drop of Azoth from a certain type of plant, and I farmed it and leveled up my harvesting literally from like 42 to 55. Didn't get a single one, and it made me think either the wiki was incorrect or there could be a conflict in the drop pool. There is a green item that can drop from the blight root. It's like a leaf, and then drop of Azoth is also green, and I'm not sure, maybe there's an item category conflict there that it says, hey, drop a green item and only the one thing can drop. He also talked about the economy. It's in a complete state of disarray. It's all server dependent. It depends on what the leading factions and companies have done and what are they going to do to rectify that. We may do a completely and utterly separate video about the economy because there are so many issues, and it's not a one-size-fits-all fix because it's server specific. He talked about company taxes being untenable. They just get so absurd and so obscene. This may be driving some of the rich get richer behavior and some of the more toxic company behavior as well. And then the dungeon currency, I've kind of highlighted this on my own as well. When I reviewed the dungeons, I said, it'd be great if I could just sort of run the dungeons. Like, I'm not really sure why you have to choke this out and not just let us rerun it. But the dungeon currency that you need from like the 55 or 65 portals wasn't dropping. Now, that has been fixed. So it is good to see that literally in the time his video went live, there was already a patch that at least addressed one of the things he talked about. There are PvP exploits with lag. There was a ghost nerf to area of effect that has messed up healing. Client-side exploits are apparently very easy. Stats are showing incorrect. Like, apparently if you stack a bunch of things to get a buff, you're getting a weaker buff than you're supposed to. Server crashes are messing with timers in the game, and his sort of landing of the plane here was, and this is something that I talked about before the game came out, so I never like being right about this kind of stuff, but he said that communities are being rewarded for exploits and degenerate behavior. The way they set this game up, that was a concern that I had from the very beginning, that players will descend into degenerate cannibalistic behavior and drive everybody else out of the game, and that seems to be happening already. He highlighted a specific community that even messed with him because he drew attention to what they were doing. So these are all problems. Now, I want to talk about how some of this is a player problem. As I just stated, the community is doing some of this. Community did some exploits that messed up the economy with respect to certain items now having zero value, and exploiting stuff in PvP and being toxic and being terrible. A lot of this is being generated by the players themselves. Now, the economy being in disarray, that's a two-way street. New World needs to obviously look at that. But again, it's player driven, and materials that are missing or stuff that's not dropping or sort of endgame content loops that seem broken, sure, you got to address that. But something people need to remember here is, the final point I want to make is, who's the true audience of New World? I said time and time again before this game came out, it did not seem like it was going to appeal and last very long with traditional MMO fans. They would get to the end and run out of stuff to do very quickly. This feels more like a mid-lane MMO for more more middle of the road, not casual players, but people who would play an MMO casually, okay? If you like MMOs and you play an MMO casually, you're not really a casual player, but you might play it casually. That's what this game feels built for. It's why I play it. It's why I set my sights on covering it. I didn't want to cover some insane, grindy, 1,000-hour MMO. Like, I'll probably get to thousands of hours because it is so good at this point. I know there's problems and things that need to be addressed, but I think a lot of these problems do need focus, and we would like to see them addressed, but a lot of this is player problem, and a lot of this might mean this game might not be for you if you're treating it like a traditional MMO. You're going to hit those walls. You're going to hit the shallow waters sooner when you ride the front of the wave. If you like these short video game updates, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button, and I'll see you in the next one. And I will see the live audience right now. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate the continued support of the channel. We're having to kind of continue covering New World. We know we kind of hinted at Variety coming back, and we have a plan for how to do that. But for the time being, there was too many things that were sort of pressing that we felt needed to be covered, especially yesterday. We actually were going to cover what I just covered just now. We were going to cover this. Oops, I'm in the wrong scene. We were going to cover this yesterday, and the New World endgame problems, and we didn't because the server transfer bug hit, and we were like, we better cover that. We better jump on that story and let people know that there's a potential issue going on. Somebody left a comment last night and said they've basically stopped server transfers. They're not letting you do it. So that is that's already getting the brakes pumped on it. Anthony with 2 months of membership. Good morning, Lono in chat. Hey, how are you? Thank you to everybody who has continued their memberships. We appreciate it so much. Love the last line for the short. Oh, thank you. Yo, what's good, feed? How are you? Good to see you in the chat feed. Rocking a throwback at Sight Bike. Sure, yeah, dude. Yes, classic. This is another one from 80s Tees. Remember to use code Lono over there. Use code Lono over there on 80s Tees. It supports me. DBS Purge. I have my contact at Displate looking into why I'm not getting credit for sales, and he did confirm that he only sees 2 things on October the 1st, so I'm having it looked into. Certain items not dropping is partially an issue with the game's luck system, but it also sometimes people just farming in the wrong area. Well, I mean, Deadly Dad Gaming, have you heard anything about Blightroot supposed to drop the drop of Azoth? Is that wiki wrong? Is it literally an item conflict? Because it can drop a green item, and drop of Azoth is also a green item. And so I'm worried it's a table conflict. Like the items are on a table, and it goes to say, oh, randomly at a certain interval, drop a green item from Blightroot, and it just keeps grabbing the leaf. The leaf is, in essence, blocking the drop of Azoth from dropping, if that makes sense, right? You're going to order the Master Chief Displayed. It's sick. It's good. It's good. We got, I put Zelda up today. I try to cycle them. Yo, what's good, Gritter? Want to make sure you got credit. I know I use your link for certain. I told him, I was like, there's no way they're going to Displate and getting a discount without using my link. I said, we don't have any plain links. We have one link that drives people to Displate. So I was like, I was confident you didn't make a mistake. I was like, she got the discount. She checked her order. So they're looking into it for me. What's good, Lewis? What's good, John Hall? How are you? I want to say a special thank you to everybody that was there yesterday afternoon. Thank you, John. Everybody that was there for the continuation of the Say No to Rage story. That will now be a weekly episode on Thursdays. Next week is new to Twitch. What it was like when I was new to Twitch and how it felt and all the things that went down. And then the week after that will be the Destiny community. And so if you guys are continuing to stay subbed over there, members over there, we greatly appreciate it. Hilly and I will be streaming this evening over there. We are going to play Phasmophobia. You guys wanted a scary game. We were going to play something called Forewarned, but the reviews were like, it's basically Phasmophobia. I was like, all right, well, let's just play Phasmophobia, because it's already been praised to heck and back. And if we like Phasmophobia, we can play Forewarned, maybe the next time or something. So, now, keep in mind, I recorded 3 videos last night for SNTR Presents. One of them is about if you liked Squid Game, I make some recommendations. I make 5 movie and show recommendations if you like Squid Game. And then one of them is about the Twitch platform boost system and why it's a scam. And then I have another one about how YouTube monetization for live streams is bad. So those are like opinion style, super short 4 to 6 minute videos that will start hitting over there on Presents. We want to give that channel content, and you might start getting pretty sharp opinion pieces from me over there. We think it'll be good. It may drive some of the sub base away, but that's going to be coupled with the Say No to Rage story, okay? It's good to let that frustration out. Most of this is not even about letting frustration out. It's just I'm to a place where I've released a lot of the anger, and I want to tell the story now in like a healthy way instead of what I've been doing for the past like year and a half, which is, you know, periodically going off on a tangent and then like, well, we're not supposed to talk about it. You know, I've not been processing it healthily, and I felt that this would be a good way to do that. So, I caught my 9-year-old and his friends watching Squid Game. Oh gosh, no, it's not for children. It's pretty violent. It is pretty violent. Go ahead and smash that like button for us, guys. And if you've been playing New World, let's do a poll. We've not done a poll here in a while. New World target audience. Which is it? Do you think it is hardcores? Do you think it's mid lane, or do you think this game is made for casuals? Right? Is it the hardcores, the mid lane, or the casuals? Right? What is New World's target audience? Based on what you've seen from me playing, based on what you've seen from others playing. I believe server transfers are suspended temporarily, Witty. I don't think they're going to do away with them. That would be strange. They're going to try and fix whatever the frick is going on, is these edge cases or whatever. So, Mithrax with a question. In the talk, you stated the game is designed more toward casuals, not hardcores necessarily. I disagree, since the game is hard on solos, and it does require a large amount of in-game money. I mean, I'm certainly not going to disagree with you that when I say casual, okay, you have to understand why I'm saying that. I'm not necessarily saying a casual player, right? I'm saying somebody who will play casually. There are people who will play New World more casually. Now, a casual MMO player, you're probably putting in 2 or 3 hours a night. That's not very casual. Like, that's a lot of time, okay? Demetrius says, as a hardcore player, I feel as though several systems in the game were designed without us in mind. Deadly Dad Gaming says, I think your suspicion about the green item drop rate from harvesting things is correct, though. If you don't hit a certain threshold of luck, you will never see the drop of the rare green of the two. So it's a combination, right, of there's 2 green items competing, and luck can't get high enough to tip the scale. So you'll never get that green item. It'll never happen. Yeah. I wonder if it sounds like it's a combination of the two then. If the luck is in a problem. Zach says it's clearly mid lane, and but the temporary that is temporary in my opinion. That is just based on the content that is slated to release. So you think because they're going to expand it and add more content, Zach, that mid laners, do you think they'll slide off, or do you think that hardcores will have more of a home long term? Like in 12 months, the hardcore players will be more satisfied, but do you think that means mid laners are going to slide off the table? They're going to be like, it's too steep. Game's too steep. I don't have time for this, right? Because in general, that's what happens if you make a game too steep. If you make the cliff too sharp, then you lose your mid lane, you lose your more average players. They're like, I can't make any dadgum progress. Like, what is this? I'm level 35 and I have 92 hours or so. I play pretty much 2 or 3 hours a day, 5 or take, but it's also the only game I'm playing. Right, and if you're playing the game every day for 2 or 3 hours a day, this sounds insane. That's more casual. That's casual engagement. You're at 92 hours. You're not a hardcore player. I don't even know if I'd consider you mid lane. You're close to mid lane if you're playing 2 or 3 hours a day pretty much all week long. But that's what's crazy is the use of the term casual. Use of the term casual is... It's different for every game. Like, if you're playing New World casually, you're playing more than the average casual gamer. There's just no way. Like, the average casual gamer is not booting up and playing a game 2 or 3 hours a night. They might play 2 or 3 hours every other day or a week, you know? Greenside says, I believe that some of the problems are the player's fault, but do you think Amazon should have seen this and tried to prevent it? That's a good question, Greenside. This is always the challenge, right? Developer foresight, I don't think is as easy as we sometimes think it is, right? I don't think that developer foresight is as simple as being like, well, people are going to do this, 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 and this. Right? They run simulations. Did we already sell some coffee? Oh, we did! Hey, somebody ordered some coffee, a bag of Frickmas blend to more bacon. We greatly appreciate that. First coffee sale of the day. I got my Frickmas blend right here. I always like to take the lid off and let it kind of cool down and just kind of smell it, you know. I believe that hardcore players will have a much larger amount of content for that. Up the max crafting and gathering levels and make the XP needed much higher with much higher rewards. You got to be really careful with increasing needed XP. You really do. Because what you're going to end up with, again, is a cliff. Like, leveling your character right now is just awful. It is just awful, dude. It is so slow. I basically just gave up. Not give up, but I was like, dude, we're not hitting 60. We're not going to hit it any faster. We're not going to hit any faster than we were if we would have, you know, thrown ourselves into this day and night. Now, obviously, I could have sped the process up, but, like, I wasn't going to disrupt my entire life to get to 60, like, a week earlier. Because that's essentially what it would have turned into. I would have to sacrifice, like, my entire personal life, and I'd have been like, I got to 60 one whole week earlier, which right now, there's not a really big drive for me to do that. Like, if we were trying to run a raid or something, and we were a raid-relevant, you know, community, they were like, you got to be in there, Lono. Well, then sure, I might consider it, but you know what I mean? I don't know. Your fishing yesterday took forever? Right, leveling fishing. It took forever. Fishing is one of the ones that they probably need to look at to tweak it down a little bit. Like, every level requiring so much and only getting like a handful, you know, well, 150 from a green fish. I don't know. Drinking the Frickmas right now as well, says Victor. I gotta say, light roast is still my favorite, but I like the Frickmas better than the dark. Well, that's good to hear, Victor. We definitely don't want everybody funneling to one flavor and then being like, that's the only one they want. We like hearing that people like them all at different degrees. I think light roast and dark roast will probably still be our leaders. They'll always be the top sellers. Fishing is the only thing that sells well on the market, though. That is true. That is true. We should boot it up and see how much money I made. I had so many fish fillets and firm fish fillets. I was just making money while I was fishing. Distorted says it's pretty rough leveling up. Working a full shift during the week, I only get about a level or two a day. Yeah, if you're super efficient and you really, really push for it, you can get about a level, maybe two in a single play session if you really push hard. Which, again, when you get to the 50s and 60s, that's tough. I mean, that basically means it's going to take you almost 2 weeks. It's going to take you almost 2 weeks to go from 50 to 60. Like, that's a long dadgum time. You know what I mean? I don't get the point of the rush to 60, says Brian. Just so they can say that there's nothing to do. Am I wrong for taking my time? You are 100% not wrong for taking your time. This is something that I agreed with Upper Echelon in his video. He said he felt the most important gamers are the ones that don't play in a hardcore way. More casual, more average players are the most important demographic because they play, they're satisfied, they buy again, they play again, they're happy. They're not over-consuming, they're not burning themselves out, they're not flooding Reddit forums and Twitter with, angry comments about how the devs are morons and there's nothing to do. Like, I don't know, you regret rushing to 60? We talked about that. As soon as I hit level 60, my enjoyment for the game decreased significantly. We talked about that, Demetrius. Like, you specifically, you and I talked about that in the early days of this game, of optimizing the fun out of the game. And how you can't... It's so difficult because it's, to a certain degree, you can't help yourself, right? You're like, I can't help myself. I want to play. I want to grind. I want to get to the next thing. And then you turn around and you're like, I wish I would have slowed down a little bit, you know? I do that with food sometimes. Food will taste so good, I will eat it way too fast, and I'm like, oh man, I don't feel so hot. I ate that way too quickly. You know, I didn't savor it, you know? Frickmas is a really good balance between light and dark roast. Yeah, Motasbo, a lot of people have been saying they think it lands really nice in between the two. It is a medium. It is a medium roast, so that's how it should taste. I had so much fun optimizing the fun out of the game, but now all the fun is gone. You know, it's so interesting. It'd be interesting to study this, right? It'd be really interesting to study this. Your enjoyment came from solving the puzzle, and the puzzle was, how can I level up as fast as possible? And the problem is, solving that puzzle leaves you with nothing at the end. You're like, well, I did it. What's good, old soul? I did it. I solved the puzzle, you know. I finished Death Stranding last night. I forgot how good the story was. I see myself of more of a mid lane, says Heavy Metal Mama, in this game. But that being said, my lack of tune I'm able to give to playing, I would probably fall under casual. Yeah. 60 is nothing. Try furnishing. The end game is fishing. It really is. Like, do you guys know our most watched gameplay this week was just me fishing? Like, make sense of that. It was like one of our most watched streams, you know? Oh, I'm gonna put the lid on this. Thanks, Mama, for the breakfast shake. I was really hungry this morning. I don't know what's going on.
Did you really?
Stop it. No. That's not funny. That's not funny to offer the Chick-fil-A bagel sandwich bag because it's gone. It doesn't. They got rid of it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We lost so much in 2020. I'm kidding. You think a game with no, thanks Mama, with no level cap could work? You just keep leveling. The levels get harder to get, and the reward for the next level becomes increasingly hard to get. I don't think infinite leveling is possible. I don't. I think if you do infinite leveling, you're going to run into a host of problems. I think there has to be some sense of a reset. There has to be some sense of like a starting over. You know, I don't know. My completed orders. We're going to do sold. So we've sold a ton of gold ore, greenwood, charcoal, greenwood. Did I sell it? Where's my fish fillets? Yeah. We sold 95 firm fish fillets. We sold 76 fish fillets. We sold 76 firm fish fillets, 110 fish fillets. Oh, we're sitting on 3,300 coin. I wonder where we were. When we ended yesterday, money wise. We should probably try and go back to the end of yesterday and see where I was money wise. How much money maybe we made overnight. Infinite leveling only favors no lifers. Look at how the cap affected Black Desert Online. A prestige with bonus attributes. You know, yeah, well, Diablo does the Paragon system. Borderlands does the Badass system. What's ESO do? I forget what ESO does. ESO does something where you're literally grinding for a percentage point of a percentage point. You're like, yay, I got a little ding. And you're like, I can make, you know, my axe swing 0.05% faster. Yesterday you had over 4K. No. At the end of the stream, Hilly. At the end of the stream. We started yesterday at 4K. I think we dipped down below 3K, and now I'm at 3,300. Oh, they're champion points? I'm telling you, this is one of the greatest... I honestly think this. One of the greatest challenges for game developers right now is scalability to the behavior of the players. Does that make sense? scalability to the behavior of the players, because you have players playing such random amounts of time. You have people that throw themselves headfirst into a game, and then you have people that, you know, don't. They're like, you know, I'll play here and there, and they enjoy the game equally. I don't know. ESO scales with you. It's kind of strange but cool when you attempt new content. So you just keep going and going and going, and they try to match you. Right. The last 2 minutes of the stream, you had 3,318 coin. Thank you, Fazzy. I appreciate that. So overnight, I earned, I earned about $300 overnight. That's not bad. It's not a bad day as a fisherman. we sold $300 worth of fish overnight. I'll take it, you know, while I was sleeping, you know, filling my coffers. Interior decorating is going to be my end game, says Christina. I'm addicted. I have the cutest house in Everfall. I love what you just typed. Like, that is adorable. I love getting to read stuff like that. Like, somebody that's enjoying the game in a way that's totally different than me, you know, and totally different from other people. This is what I think makes New World special. Okay, what's good, Sandy? I think New World special. I really, really do. I think they've nailed a handful of things, and I think that they've got a very, very good path ahead. I do. I think they have a very, very good path ahead, and a lot of this is going to come down to the ongoing plan is really what so much of this comes down to. What's the ongoing content plan? And here's the beauty of this. They're doing this in another game, okay? They basically just give you similar experiences that you've had before, and everything just kind of looks different, right? Everything just kind of looks different. So you got to ask yourself, is that feasible long term? And I think it is. Because, excuse me, I have 11 bowls of fish roe. I don't even know what in the frick that is. I think it is feasible long term. I think it's feasible long term because I think that people can get into a lane and they just know. They're like, oh, I've got my house, I've got my character, I've got my whatever. And then they'll come and they'll give you more stuff to do, and there'll be newer things that look cool and look different. And then that's it. You'll play more. You'll play again. You'll sign up. You'll jump back in. I'm telling you, I really do. I think they've got it. I think, like, Upper's video obviously is concerning. It's like, wow, the end game's got a lot of problems. But I think they've got it. I think they've got a good system in place, a good foundation to say, you're going to keep coming back. In 6 months, you're going to be coming back to New World and doing new stuff again. That's why I keep saying, my biggest question mark and my biggest concern is the ongoing content loop. They can go into the end game and fix drop rates. They can fix currency strangleholds. They can fix exploits and glitches. We all know they can fix that. They can go in and fix everything that Upper outlines in his video. They can fix. Give them a couple of weeks. They already fixed one of the things he outlines in the video. They already did it, okay? The question is, if they can fix that, what's the ongoing content loop? What will we be doing in 6 months? That's the bigger question. There's no doubt in my mind they can fix these problems. They can fix the issues with a drop rate, with a currency, with an in-game content loop that feels a little bit choked, or player exploits, okay? Like, they can fix those things. What's the ongoing content loop? I always have told you guys, I sacrifice everything at the altar of the content loop. Always. Because that's what keeps people playing. That's what keeps people coming back. That's what makes you your money. The content loop is king. Always will be. Always will be. ESO PC NA servers crashed hard last night. Anybody know what happened? I didn't even hear about that. I didn't see it. Can I use your Amazon for UK? You know, Hilly, if you click that link and then you go order some stuff, it'll probably give me credit. I'm assuming it will give me credit. Why are you so confident? How has Amazon Studios earned your trust? I'll tell you how they've earned my I don't say earned my trust is a weird way to phrase it. Earned my confidence, maybe made me hopeful, okay? They delayed the game and completely rebuilt certain aspects of it, and they did like a really good job. The PvE content to me is impressive. The dungeons are super impressive for a game that apparently was originally going to just be like open world PvP all of the time. Open world PvP survival MMO. Like, that was their original concept. The fact that is it Big Floppa? Is it? Oh yeah. Thank you guys for making the poll look like that. That's amazing. And I love that the person that noticed it, their name is Big Floppa. That's wonderful. There is so much there. There is so much there. To me, I think the fact that they pulled that off, they delayed this game, completely built into it a way to play PvE, and they made really good, impressive PvE content. Like, that's impressive to me. Do you want to know what that tells me? With another year, what could they do? You know what I'm saying? This time next year, what could be going on in the game that they've updated, added, tweaked, adjusted, improved? That's why I'm confident in the game. If this game would have launched last year, PvP only, people would have complained, burned out, walked away, blah blah blah. It'd have been probably too late. They would have never put the cat back in the bag, you know. But the fact that there's like, let's do this. Let's do this. New World Steam charts. Google knows what I'm gonna do. Knows what I'm gonna do. Once again, in the last 24 hours, 469,000 people played, almost 500,000. They're still peaking in the 500,000. Right now, there's over 250,000 people playing the game at 9:30 in the morning on a Friday. 250,000 people are playing. 279,000 people are actively playing this game right now. I love that that is one aspect I like about the game only being available on Steam, because we get a super quick snapshot. Like, bam, that's a ton. That's so many. That's really, really impressive. People are still digging the game. Upper's video is not alarming when you see those player numbers. Now, his video is alarming if in 2 months none of that stuff is fixed. Well, people will be like, what the frick is going on, right? But from the time he updated the video, uploaded the video to now, right? To now, they've already fixed one of the problems already. Don't call me out for playing the game in the morning when I should be working instead. That's right. That's right. By the way, guys, today, our gameplay session after the talk show will be from Friday, because I want to raid, quote-unquote, raid the premiere of my interview with Gothix. Vanessa's going to have the video hit at 3 p.m. Eastern. That's a perfect way for us to end our day, and then Hilly and I will be streaming tonight over on SNTR Presents. So, just so you know, in a couple of hours when we shift gears to gameplay, we will be shifting to Dark Souls. We really want to start taking chunks out of that game if we can. I'd really like to get into Sekiro, so can't wait to get my order of coffee delivered. So pumped to try the Frickmas. Oh, thank you, Jesse. I greatly appreciate that. We appreciate all the coffee orders. I saw somebody use the command a little bit ago. Let me see if anybody has ordered any. We would love to shout those out and thank you guys for those coffee orders. No, okay, they were probably just promoting it. Just remember, there's a variety of ways to support me directly, like, you know, with money. There's a variety of ways to do that. Paid memberships. We would love to see the paid memberships go up over here. We've kind of stalled out at 300. As long as most people keep their memberships over on Presents, we'll be fine. I'm not worried. It's just it'd be concerning if Presents drops too. But we'd love to see more members over here. If you have a membership on Presents, don't sweat it. Either way, wherever you put it, it doesn't matter. Oh my gosh. There's all... There's also the displates behind me. Use the displate command, and the shirt that I'm wearing, use the shirt command. Those are ways to support me. And then the coffee. We have 3 coffee flavors, a light roast, a dark roast, and the Frickmas blend. And keep in mind, that's mine. It's my coffee. It's not some sponsor. I'm not getting a kickback. It's literally in my house. We ship this to you. My wife and my beautiful family ships this to you. So, and you get little drawings from my kiddos. So... oh my gosh, that was horrible. Is the Gothic interview a new one? No, it's a brand new one. We just filmed it. Vanessa and I are going to be probably doing some more stuff in the future. She wants to have me on another podcast, and she had some good advice for me at the end, off camera, about some content decisions and some stuff that we might be getting into. So I'm pretty excited. I really like working with her. So any chance I get, we're gonna work on projects and stuff together, shows, podcasts, whatever. We're definitely not growing, JC. We're still in a bit of a downward. Trend. It seems to be stabilizing, and if it stabilizes and then starts to go up, we'll be totally fine. Believe me, I'm very happy for y'all folks that are digging this game. Nothing deeper than that. What's Eugene asking? What did Eugene ask? Why do people continue to bring up Cyberpunk when we're talking about this game? I don't know. What did Greenside do it as a joke? I think Greenside does it as a bit of a meme, right? Or are you saying you see people doing that in general, Eugene? Like bringing up Cyberpunk? Apache says, given the gold exploit yesterday, due to the deflation of the economies, we're expecting some more gold in circulation. It may not be horrible after all. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Did the unsub video you did a few weeks ago help much? No, it didn't friggin' help at all. Like, that channel is weird. 47,000 subs, homie. 8,000 people watch that video. Like, they're just not seeing my vids. So we're hoping that the Say No to Rage story could kickstart that, and people might start seeing my videos again. I don't know. Maybe the Destiny community episode will do that. It'll automatically put it in the funnel, and they'll be like, hey, you know, you're watching Destiny content, and then they'll see that episode and be like, oh my gosh, Lono's still creating content? I think a lot of that sub base has no idea I'm still creating content. They just don't see it in their feeds. So... Oh, Red Rocket brought it up? Yeah, I don't know why. I didn't say anything. I don't want to wear it out. Yeah, Greenside's got more sense. Greenside's got more sense. I don't know why anybody would compare this game's problems to Cyberpunk. Like they don't really, I just don't get it. I really don't. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like folks are desperate to overstate stuff is what it kind of feels like sometimes. The high-level 65 portal farms will generate more gold for the player base. Prices should stabilize over time. Hopefully. I'm proud to be the Cyberpunk guy. I mean, proud and Cyberpunk in the same sentence. I don't know why you would... That's the old interview. Let's get a new link. Let's update that. That's the old interview. Hang on a minute. Let me get the new link. She tweeted it and said, hey, this is coming. She uses a, what? She's got a buff. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Copy. Oh, she's putting this to her 228,000 subscriber channel. Ooh. Somebody already commented on her video, said, I can't wait for this to get a false copyright strike before I get to see it. Alright, hang on. I'm going to go on the back end. Here. Want to watch Gothic's cancel culture interview with Lono. Or the new Grift episode with Lono. There we go. Okay, so there's the Gothic's command will now take you to, it'll have both links. It's It's not an equal comparison, of course, but every stream has the title New World Problem every time. You think all of mine have put problem in the title every time? Let's test your theory. So we have transfer problems that literally just randomly happened yesterday. We were going to talk endgame problems yesterday, but we switched to transfer problems. Server transfers, players are too strong, dungeon quick review, leveling why it sucks, the boar farm is dead, why, ban waves, who's lying, no region transfers, which they're doing that now, the PvP problem, okay, there's one, mounts don't belong, housing explained, let's see, what else do we got? We got housing explained, we got fast travel explained, leveling explained, AFK players are not the problem, classes are just weapons, server queues with no easy solution, first impressions, and harvesting guide. So I don't know. I mean, we've definitely covered some of the problems, which that's just what's going to happen when a game comes out, right? Like, I'm not going to boot up every day. Oh, not mine. You're saying all over YouTube. Okay, okay. You're saying that that's a common theme that you're seeing on YouTube, is that people are highlighting the problems in the game. This is the thing, though. That's going to be the content cycle, right? As someone who has subbed and joined on all your channels, I rarely get notifications. I don't understand the notification system. I don't. I do not understand the notification system. It doesn't make any sense to me. Let's do this. Can I? There we go. I can change where the lid ends up by how I put it on. Okay, it's not too hot. I was like, oh my. Did you see the GTA Trilogy Remastered trailer this morning? I did not, no, but I saw everybody tweeting about it. Right. If I were to play Cyberpunk, where would I buy it? PC? If you want the best performance, then yeah, you would buy it on PC. Or depending on your console situation, you could buy it on a next gen. You know, don't buy it on anything old gen. Oh my gosh, no, that would be terrible. That'd be a very, very bad. That'd be a bad idea. You know, it'd be a bad idea. PS5, the bargain bin at Goodwill. You have to allow notifications on your phone from YouTube as well, otherwise they will never go through. Sometimes I wonder if that's the problem, like your phone updated and turned off the noties, and you have your noties set at a personal level. You have your noties set at a personal level in the app, but your phone is like, your phone's like the bouncer, you know? Nope, not getting through. I hear the PS5 version is downgraded. Well, the PS5 next-gen update and the Xbox Series X next-gen update and the PC graphical update, all of that got delayed. But they run better on the new-gen consoles, I guess is what I'm saying. When I say old-gen version, what I meant was, I guess it's confusing because there isn't really a next-gen version of the game. When I say old-gen version, what I mean is don't play it on the old-gen consoles. That's a more clear way of saying it. Don't play it on the old-gen consoles. You either play it on a PS5, Xbox Series X, or a PC. You're probably going to get the best performance on PC, right? So, they have not finished the game yet? Yeah. I'm playing New World on my PC with amazing graphics and no performance issues at all. But, you know, Cyberpunk and New World are comparable. Everyone is snagging nodes, sub 100 skill. I find Star Metal and Lodestone all over the place. Yeah, mining the higher level stuff is not hard because a lot of the people can't hit it. You know, they can't hit it, so you're good, you know. They're not going to be able to interfere with you. We just want Firefly bait again today. We'll get the fishing going here in a second, and we know you guys love it. Yo, just an old gamer. Good morning. How are you? How are you, sir? How many of these tinctures do we have? What the frick are these things even called? Proficiency boosters. Yeah. You're fishing on your PC. Let's not overstate it. I'm fishing on my PC? What do you mean? The game has other things you can do. Just because I'm only doing that doesn't mean that that's all that the game can do performance-wise. Logging and mining are the two slowest gathering skills to level. No. No, fishing is the slowest. Isn't there something even slower than fishing? There's a handful that are slow. Logging and mining are not the slowest. Logging is really fast and easy. So was mining. You just got to find a good node area. Excite Bike, that was my jam as a kid. Yeah. I love that they put an Excite Bike course in Mario Kart. It was so cool. Takes forever to get one level in mining after you hit 100. Well, okay, so we might be talking about different things, but fishing is ridiculous. It takes all day. It takes all day. What was the name of this thing? What was the name of this potion? A proficiency. I'm looking for efficiency. I'm like, what the frick? Do they have any of the strongs? No. No one has any of air essence, soul essence, and water. Yeah, I should make my own, but I probably can't. I don't have that. I probably don't have my arcana high enough to get it. You know, even the common ones are not available. The only ones you can typically find are the weak ones. I mean, weak's better than nothing, you know? Weak's better than nothing. It's okay to like a piece of crap, but you don't have to try to convince everyone else it's not a piece of crap. Fishing goes up pretty fast after you start catching better fish more consistently. Do you have a trick for that? Because I was running between the broad fishing hotspots down in First Light. I would gladly go somewhere else if you think there's a better spot. The problem is the better spots always have people on them, and because they have people on them, you can't get anything. They're just sitting there friggin' empty, which then works against your leveling because you're standing around instead of fishing. Like, that's a giant problem that I was running into, is I was spending more time standing around and not actually fishing. Fishing is like tracking and skinning. When you start catching better fish, they start giving insane XP. I mean, with the proper amount of time, Batman, yeah. It's not proper amount. It's given enough time. Given enough time, Batman could get his leveling in a day. You know what I mean? Black Desert's like $1 on Steam at the moment. Oh, really? Restless Shore is a great fishing zone. Okay. You're saying Restless Shore. So are there hotspots up there I have to find? Because I don't see any. I don't see any on the map. So I would need to use the one map to figure it out. I mean, I got no problem going over there. I can fast travel over there. Skinning is definitely the fastest. Yeah, skinning didn't take me any time. Skinning and tracking didn't feel like it took me any time at all. You start getting some of those higher level guys, man, it just moves. Black Desert also has Brutal Cash Shop, so being $1 doesn't get you much. It has a Brutal Cash Shop? You have to find them. Find them and destroy them. Well, if I had a map, I could just go to the spot, right? I could just walk to it. Let's see here. What's that thing called? newworldmap.com. And what we want is we want fishing hotspots. We want rare, or do we want secret? I don't think I can do secret yet. So if I go to trade skills, fishing at 54. Oh no, I can do one broad, one secret. But I don't know where it is. Yeah, I can do a lot. What's left in my leveling is lots of rares and secrets and rares and secrets and... Okay. How do you know? Like, that's the thing. How do you know? We should probably just go for rare then. Okay, so Restless Shore. I'm looking at the Restless Shore now. Okay, so apparently... What the... Oh, no, I'm not looking at the Restless Shore. Hey, here's the Restless Shore. Okay. Right? What the frick is up with this map? Oh, that's not the Restless Shore. This is the Restless Shore. Here we go. Okay. So, there's that outer area, It looks like there's 3 literally around the central spot. Oh, wow. They're all really close together, too. That might be kind of nice. Just run from 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. Okay, so it looks like there is one right up here. Okay. I mean, we'll try it. We'll try it, chat. Are you using the fishing gear from the quest when you fish? No, I'm not. I didn't even think to save that. I mean, that's kind of irritating that, like, if you're going to efficiently fish to level your fish, I'm saying fish a lot. If you're going to efficiently level your fishing, then you should have to keep that gear. I don't know. That seems a little ridiculous, you know? Did y'all know that he only counts as Batman if he's from Bat Valley in France? Otherwise, he's just a sparkling vigilante? What are you talking about? Wait, are you talking about Pattinson? It'd be nice if they implemented a pin option on the map. There have been a lot of places I've been to that would have been great to have a pin option. Yeah, you can only drop a waypoint. Right. Yeah. Any thoughts on a console release? For their first MMO, I think Amazon did really well, says D-Tom. Really one of their first games. Sorry, D-Tom, I didn't see what you said, and it's been a while since you said it in the Discord. My theory on a New World console release, my theory is that they're gonna pull a Black Desert Online. That's what I think. I think that they're gonna pull a Black Desert Online. They're gonna wait until they've really gotten probably about a year's worth of content out, and then they'll start looking at a port. I know that's not super exciting for, you know, the people that want to play it, but I do think that they can't rush it, and I also think they're gonna have to leave next gen behind. You know, they're gonna have to leave next gen behind. Old gen behind. They're gonna have to leave next gen behind. They're gonna have to leave old gen behind. Like, it's gonna have to be next gen only. They're not gonna be able to make it run on those old consoles. And I know people are like, well, it runs fine. It runs fine on my video card, right? My weaker video card. I just don't know. I really don't. It'd be amazing if they could optimize this thing to run well on the older systems, because there's just so many of them in circulation. That would obviously be great for the game to successfully land on all those platforms. You know, that would be amazing, right? But I would be concerned that a lot of the problems that this game runs into with hitching and stuff, that it just wouldn't work, right? I don't think that they'd be able to make it work very well. I think it would run pretty poorly. I mean, again, it could be a potential thing that they figure out how to optimize it, because like I said, people are like, oh, I get it to run on this system and this video card just fine. But like what Gail's saying, I just don't know, like CPU power and stuff. I think those old consoles are so weak, and I just don't think people realize how weak they actually are. Actually, it's current gen. Yeah. Just watched episode 2, great stuff. Just glad you didn't try to squeeze an ad for Raid Shadow Legends in there. Yeah. We don't mention our sponsors or anything when we're doing those episodes. I'm not gonna do that. So we appreciate everybody who's been supporting the Say No to Rage story episodes, but we also really appreciate the audience that's forming over here. We really feel that SNTR Gaming is in a really good spot. It's very predictable. We have heard you guys that are like, man, when's Variety Gaming news coverage coming back? We have a plan in place. As long as we can get New World into a predictable place, you'll get a New World episode and gameplay probably every day. But if we feel it's the right call, we'll start kicking the day off with Variety Gaming coverage. So the first show of the day will be SNTR Gaming news and whatever's going on. And then the second show will kick off with, like what I did this morning. I do a little 4-minute video about New World problems. And we have some discussion. And then we'll get into gameplay. So we can consistently cover this game without sort of becoming a New World channel, and we can bring back variety gaming coverage without completely ignoring New World. So it's a delicate balance, and we greatly appreciate the... we appreciate just how much you guys have supported everything that we're doing. It really has been very enjoyable to cover this game with you guys and to enjoy it and to dive into it and chop it up. I mean, it kind of starts to feel like, home again, where we're getting to do the thing that we used to do. We appreciate it. We do. We appreciate the trust that you guys have. A lot of you guys don't even play the game, and you're just showing up anyway and supporting me and supporting my family. And that trust is not something that I don't take that lightly. So I don't care what you do. I just enjoy listening to the conversation. Well, I appreciate that. Serious question. How difficult do you think it would be to become proficient at New World for a player that buys and skips to the end game once it becomes available? There's nothing in this game that is significantly complex, homie. If you bought that's like against TOS, right? You're not supposed to buy accounts or buy characters or whatever. But if you did that, you wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, I'm so confused. Like, it's a pretty straightforward game. Like, how do I craft this stuff? We go hit rocks and chop down trees. You know what I'm saying? Go hunt wolves or whatever. Like, it's pretty straightforward game. It's a pretty straightforward game. Now, if you want to be really good at being a DPS or a tank or a healer, well, that's going to take some time. You'd have to go and play and learn the ropes. Maybe watch a video. There's so many build videos out there. You might not even have to. You'd be able to just you'd be able to just watch a guide video and then you'd be good. You'd be like, oh yeah, you just spec into this, spec into that. Get a good one of this, get a good one of that, and then that's the end of it. Yeah, according to this, there's supposed to be a hotspot here, but I can't see it. So so that means I haven't earned it yet with my level, which means I can't see it. That's kind of freaking annoying that we fast traveled all the way here and we can't see it. That's irritating. Yeah, it's supposed to be right here on the coast, and it is not. Yeah, right on the spot where I am. Yeah, I put the dot in just the right spot. Okay, so let's see if we can't find another one. It seems like we should be able to, but we've leveled. I feel like we've leveled so much that I feel like we'd be able to do this, but I guess not. There's another one over here we're gonna take a look at. So, skipping to the end game would be the only way that I entered. Yeah, there are people like Eugene that just would not want to do the monotonous, grind in the beginning, right? Zubair says, the Frickmas blend is subtle and spicy. I like coffee that slaps me awake. This is meant to be a Frickmas blend, a holiday blend, Zubair. It can't slap you in the face. Just go to the 2-star one I took you and Hilly to. I'm trying to go where there's nobody is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go where there's no people. That's what I want. I don't... I like... What's he say? Sebastian Maniscalco? He's like, I like being bothered. He's like, what's the matter with these people? These people... And his wife's like, why are you like this? Why do you let them bother you? And he's like, I like to be bothered. Oh man, it's so true though. It is. It's so true. It can be nice to be bothered. Platinum vein. You need to be 110 for platinum vein. I'm like 100 and what's my mining? My mining is 106. We're so close to being able to do platinum vein. All right, well, let's go down here and see if this other fishing hotspot's accessible. Lono's got the, I used to be a people person until people ruined it. Yeah. People were okay for a while. People were okay for a while, and then, I don't know. And then I finally learned that they're not that great. People aren't that great. Okay, so this hotspot's not here either. I don't like that, man. How are you supposed to find them? You know? How? All right, we'll try it. We'll try this one. There's another one supposedly back here. What the frick is that? I don't even know what that is. Windsward, Stoneview, Seabreak. Light Roast is also for Chads, except for Atwood. Atwood's a cool kid. I don't know why you give Atwood a pass. I really don't. I don't know why you give Atwood a pass, you know? You know, he's not as great. He's not as great as you think. He's not as great as you think. So the Flooded Plains apparently has one. Wait, will it be on my map, or do I have to go discover it? Right? Will it be on my map if I've unlocked it, or do I have to physically go there and discover the fishing spot? Like, is that... Do you understand what I'm saying? Can you show the gameplay in the bottom corner? Yeah, here, sorry. There's what I'm doing. Or will it just be on my map? So when I unlock, like, my fishing is like level, I don't know, 51 or something. Wait, there is one. Yeah, it's on my radar now. What the frick? I was just back there. I was literally just back here, and now it's on my radar. It wasn't there a second ago. What in the world? Is it up top? It might be up top. No, it's definitely down here. Oof. Oh, maybe I couldn't see it because of the corruption? That's always possible. Yeah. I don't see it. Is it supposed to be out there? Or it like in the water? Will they be like jumping out of the... Can I not see it because of the freaking waterfall? Yeah, it's like right here it says. I'm not seeing it. I'm going to get attacked by the corrupted stuff. Oh, Biffy's got a new album out today? I'll have to check it out. I'll check it out. I don't know. We'll just stand here and see what happens. So yeah, that answers my question. It was not on my map until I walked all the way over here. It still isn't on my map. I don't understand. Oh, is it not on my map because I'm standing in it? Let me back up. Yeah, it's not on my map. That is super weird. It's supposed to be, like, it's supposed to put the fish on the map. It's on... Let me show you. Look, it's up there. You have to discover and unlock. It's up there. It says it's 40 meters away. But it's not on my map. I don't understand. It's acting like it's right here, and then I walk up to it, and then nothing. 24 meters away. Maybe you just walk through the water and see. I don't know. Usually it pops up and says that you found it or whatever, and it's not saying that. It's acting like it's not here. I wonder if it's just a glitch. I wonder if they glitched it out, like with a recent update or something. Or maybe the corrupted thing's glitching it out. Game's glitchy? Yeah, I mean, some of this stuff doesn't work right, so it's possible that that's what's going on. That's cute.
Ooh, I'd like to get married.
That's cute. That's cute. He, like, caught himself. Like, I'd like to get married to someone else. Yeah.
I'm taking her to the...
Great.
But the only man that works there is going to
Is it at the top of the waterfall? Yeah, I'll go see if it's at the top of the waterfall. Well, that's good that it's, you know, the guy there that she likes.
He's real young. I could be his mother.
Oh, my. Does it have to be active for you to discover it? It's possible.
I'm going to keep him on here.
Okay. Okay. Nothing like a little risk of death to brighten up your fishing experience. Yeah. Let's go fishing. Right next to a corrupted blight of death. We might die, but the fish are so delicious. All right, we'll loop around and see. I don't know. That is so bizarre. It definitely didn't seem like it was at the top of the waterfall with the way that the tracking was showing. It was acting like it was down there. Because I was up here, and it was off to my right. So who knows? It could, being at the top of the waterfall would be a dope spot for it too. You know, that'd be a good location. Let's see. No, I'm not seeing anything. There's definitely iron vein up here. Yeah, it's acting like I'm in the zone right here too. Even up here, it's acting like I'm in the zone. I walk forward, it disappears from the radar, and then nothing. So I'm not sure. This one must be glitched out. There must be something wrong with it. Because it's not acting like I'm discovering it, which doesn't make any sense because I leveled up my fishing a bunch yesterday, so I don't know if anybody has any tips or tricks or trade secrets for fishing, but we are not seeing it. I love how you can trash talk Lono in the company chat, and he doesn't put, but he doesn't put it on stream. That's right. I'm not letting you guys do that. Anytime you trash talk me, I'll just take more money out of the treasury. You know. Why won't he jump? The jumping is sometimes so weird, and now we're stuck. This is great. You have to snag the fish with your hands as they tumble over. Is there a cave? I don't think so. It literally says that it's right here, and then I get this close, and it disappears. You know, maybe you got to fall down the waterfall. Maybe you got to fall down the waterfall. I don't think you can go behind this waterfall. It's possible. It's possible. Yeah, I'm behind the waterfall. You can get behind it. You definitely can. I'm not seeing any fish. I'm not seeing any fish spots. I dropped a link to a hotspot finder in the New World Discord chat. I'm using the map. There's a map that can show them to me, and I can't. I'm literally going to places where it's telling me there's one. It's on my freaking radar, and it's not here. It's literally on my radar. It's at the top of the dadgum screen. Look. Like, it says there's a fishing spot right here, and I walk forward, and then it just disappears. There's nothing here. I don't know what to tell you. It's got to be a glitch or something. There was another one close by on a beach, and I went to it, and it wasn't there because I hadn't, I guess I haven't leveled up enough or whatever to see it. So it didn't even show up on my radar. That one's showing up on my radar, but then it's like it's not there. It may be based on fishing level. Well, yeah, they're supposed to unlock and show up based on your fishing level, but they don't show you that it's there until you unlock it. Like, I just walked down a beach just a second ago where I know that one is there because I use the New World map, and it's not there. It doesn't show up on my radar. So maybe that one's glitching out and showing to me when it should not be showing to me yet or something. I don't know. What if you can't see it because of the wake from the waterfall? But when you find a hotspot, it pops up and says fishing hotspot at the top of the screen. Like it's like when you discover a new location or whatever. I don't think it was there. The tool shows you which unlock according to level. Yeah, but it doesn't tell me where they are. Like if I click, I can't click on 52. 2 broad hotspots, discoverable at 52, but it doesn't tell me where they are. It doesn't, I can't click on it to be like, oh, great, where are those? It doesn't tell me. You can still see the fish jumping in an active hotspot even if you don't have the fishing level. Really? I just went to a beach and it wasn't there. I went to a beach where there is a fishing hotspot and it wasn't there. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see the animation. I couldn't see the little swirl. Because even when the fish are gone, there's like a white swirl, and so you know that, oh, that's the hotspot. They'll be back later. And it wasn't even there. So it's possible that some of these are glitched out or something. I don't know. I just want to level my fishing. It doesn't seem like there's a straightforward path to do it because it doesn't seem like the fishing hotspots are consistent or convenient because there's usually people at them. That's the main reason I was coming up here. I thought, yo, what's good, Takashi? There'll be less people up here. That was my thinking. There's an alligator over there. I'm gonna have to steer clear of him. It works for me on mobile. It shows location and fish type, etc. Well, the New World map that I'm using, it definitely shows me where the hotspots are, and that's how I'm going to them right now. Like, I literally looked at that map, found the hotspots, and then I'm walking to them, and then there's nothing there. Like, here's another one. There's supposedly one right here, and it's not here. There's nothing here. Why am I already hurt? What the frick? Oh, I fell down that hill. I fell down that hill and got hurt. We're gonna have to go full heals here. We're getting beat up. And we're gonna have to stun him and then stab him in the face. Yeah, there's supposed to be a hotspot here, and there's not. So this one could be again hiding in the waterfall. But if I walk away, there's nothing on my radar at the top. Nothing. I had a hotspot ghost on me last night. It may be a new glitch that needs to be patched. Yeah, I'm 40 meters away from the marker. There's supposed to be a hotspot right here. I got nothing on my radar. So if you've not unlocked it, you can't see it. If you've not unlocked it, you can't see it. Can you look at the question queue? Let's see here. Let me pull it up. What do we have? Do you think, Fazzy asks, do you think that they should have made it so players could only choose one crafting tree to specialize in? That way you had purpose. Instead, the hardcores can just be masters at everything. This is a good question. Here's the thing, though, that you have to understand. I don't necessarily think it's a problem because of how long it takes to level like every single thing. Like, if you're actually going to take the time to level like literally every single thing in the game, I don't have a problem with you being, I guess, sort of rewarded with the ability to basically be a master of everything. I don't have a problem with that. You give it enough time, Batman could do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it a problem that somebody invests 400 hours in the game and they're a master at literally every category? Here's the other thing you have to consider. Your question is good, but here's the other thing you have to consider. Let's say they are a master jeweler, okay, and they're also a master tracker skinner. They can track and skin at a master level, okay? They still need to go and engage in the activity of hunting or mining or whatever to get those things, unless they just want to buy them from the trade house. If they're wanting to go to the jewel table or the tanning table or the whatever and do something, they still have to go get the materials. Playing solo and having to pick a profession would be rough. Right. They still have to do the due diligence. Number one, they had to do the due diligence to level every single one of those trade skills up. And number two, if they're going to really reap the benefits of those trade skills, they have to go and actively hunt or mine for the rocks or whatever. New World crafting, New World gameplay is all set up in a way where you have to put time in to get something out. And if you're not going to put the time in, you can just put money in, I guess. People get more value out of a game by being able to do everything. It's one of the appeals of Final Fantasy XIV. Right, you also have to consider that as well. Like, nobody wants to feel super pigeonholed. Like, well, I played for 80 hours. Oh, gosh, you guys ordered a bunch of coffee. Holy frick. Give me a second here. Oh, my word. Let's see here. We've gotten 4 orders of coffee. You guys are amazing. 2 dark roasts to Darth Fitzgerald. Thank you, Darth. A Frickmas blend to Sandy. Thank you, Sandy. And then the green light special, one of every color. They went for the rainbow. Dead 718. Got a green, a yellow, and a red. And then another order here, another rainbow green light special for Melrose Mike. A green, a yellow, and a red. Holy cow. So many coffee orders, guys. Thank you so much. That's amazing. We really, really appreciate the support of the coffee, the support of the stream. It's just, man. I told Creature last night. I said, I think we're turning a corner. You know, I don't want to jinx us, but I just feel like we're turning a corner, man. I take credit for those sales. My crap talking of the Frickmas made people emotionally invested. King Key says, what's the most important skill to upgrade first? I don't even know if there's one that's the most important. I would think the most important thing to upgrade first would be a weapon mastery that you know you're going to enjoy. Like, do a little bit of research into what you think you're going to enjoy and get one of those weapons super early and use it everywhere. Do you think you're going to enjoy Spear, Great Axe, Warhammer, whatever like, grab it, grab one and use it everywhere you go, because that's going to level it, you know? I love the name of this one company that owns so much property on our server. Their name is Swole Patrol. I love it. It's so cheesy, but it's good. Vulcan Tech says, where are the likes? Yo, what's good, Vulcan Tech? Good to see you. Yeah, let's aim for 300 likes, man. Another great turnout today. Thank you guys so much. Again, I want to make assurances to people that are like, my gosh, all we do is cover New World now. I want to make assurances to you that, you know, variety gaming coverage is coming. And I also want to make assurances to the people that enjoy the New World coverage that the New World coverage is not going to go away just because we go back to variety. So we appreciate you being here. If you're new to the stream, do me a favor, hit subscribe and set your bell button to all. That way you are able to not miss out on the content, not miss out on the streams. And we appreciate the overwhelming support. We continue to hit milestones. We're kind of cruising to 8,000 subs. It'd be amazing. We really want to get to 10,000. That'd be awesome because that unlocks a lot of features for the channel. Yeah, I can't get any of the fishing hotspots in Morningdale. I just don't like how this is set up. I think what we need to do, more than likely, is we just need to go back and do the one that we were doing yesterday. We're wasting daylight, fool. We're wasting precious time here. I'm gonna recall to my house. We're just literally running to spots that we haven't unlocked yet. I don't like the double mystery. It shouldn't be a double mystery. It's like, hey, you're level 51. You unlocked a fishing hole, and you're like, sweet. Where is it? It's somewhere out there, you know. What features do you get at 10K? You get more monetization options. You get more community features, I believe. You don't like the way it's set up? New video topic? Yeah, maybe, Abe. You know, the, what would we call that? The, fishing is terrible. New World fishing is terrible. That'd be a great talk. Why New World fishing is terrible. Like, it's so good and yet it's so bad. That might actually be a good topic, Abraham. Ibrahim. Let's see. New World fishing is terrible. That'll really get people coming in. They're like, what's wrong with fishing? I love fishing in New World. It's not clickbait enough. New World fishing is worst kept secrets or something. I don't know. I think choosing a profession would help the economy, though, because you would be forced to engage with supply and demand problems in the trade shop. There's too many people. It wouldn't make a difference. You would just have like a group of 5 people that would all like help each other trade. You know what I mean? They'd never hit the economy. Don't use my government. Abram. I knew a guy that when I was down in Mexico, his name was Abraham, but it was pronounced Abram, and I thought it sounded so cool. And then Xavier is Javier. I was like, man, you guys have cool names. Xavier and Abraham, like those are solid frickin' names. And but obviously you pronounce them differently. So, all right. We're gonna use our weak proficiency, right? And then we're gonna put bait. All right, here we go. Swole Patrol. You don't like the name Swole Patrol? I think it's cool. I think it's a cool name. And they're absolutely destroying our server. I mean, they own everything. They literally own everything. And I'm okay with it because I think their name is hilarious. I think their name is hysterical. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'll let it ride. I'll let it ride because at least they have a good name. What's the name of the one that has control of Windsward? I think it's Everything's Fine, and it's a thumbs up. Everything's fine, and it's a thumbs up. It's perfect. It's like Purple has control of nothing, and the one company that does have control is like, it's fine, guys. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna be okay. I love the positivity. I love the positivity. Been listening to Spotify for a while. Says neither. Now I get to lurk here for once. Working graveyard sucks. Oh well, thanks for being here, man. Yeah, graveyard's tough, man. You need to take our energy, bro. That's not easy. They only own one territory. Oh well, I thought green. Well, green owns so much on the territory. That company only owns one. Okay. Cool. I thought they owned a lot more than that. Starfield has a new trailer about the settled systems. I'm so excited for this game. Yeah, Starfield's got a lot of potential, man. They got a lot of potential. We just need games like this to come out that we can just pour ourselves into, play it a bunch, cover it, break it down. What's the good? What's the bad? Where's the room for improvement? You know, like we need more games like this to come out. Truth be told, because man, it is fun. It is fun to deep dive into a game again. I freaking missed it. I didn't realize how much I missed it. And then we start getting in debates and discussions about the economy and player behavior and, incentivizing the right kind of behavior and how do you curb down toxicity and all of that. And I'm like, man, I missed doing this. This is so enjoyable. In my server, Green lost the last of its territories yesterday. Half of Green switched servers, so doom is doom. Oh yeah, if they bail on the server because they can't get control of anything, I'd hate to be green on that server. That's got to be really rough. I mean, you're making the problem worse by just leaving. But it makes sense why you would. It totally makes sense why you would want to leave. Because it's like, why would I stay in a server where we can't get any traction at all? We just fell all the way off the horse, Our server, thank goodness, just got flooded with a bunch of purple, so all the syndicates here to help take back over the map, because we were hurting. We had nothing. We had 2 territories, and they took one of the 2. You will talk about state of play, right? What do you mean state of play? Is there another one coming? I didn't know you could fart yourself to death. I've been living reckless. Yeah, wasn't there a guy that did that? Like, he locked himself in a room and he died from his own gas because he was like living off a cabbage or something. he literally killed himself with his own gas. Like, he didn't do it on purpose, Oh, they announced another one? We were in a pretty toxic server before we came to Eden. We left the toxicity. Yeah, man, a lot of people came to Eden. It's kind of crazy. It's exciting. Oh, 27th of this month, there's going to be a state of play. Yeah, we'll probably cover it. We may co-stream it. I like co-streaming stuff. It's always fun to co-stream big gaming news events and big reveals, especially state of play. They usually have some good things to show. They usually save the goodies. They usually save the goodies for then. We're the big purple group that came, by the way. Well, we welcome you. We welcome you with open arms. I am in purple. The Rageless Roast Coffee Company is what we named our company, and we're glad to have you on the server. I think it's a good server. Even though green's being kind of crazy and yellow's being kind of crazy, that I've not seen anything that is too bad. Saw a trailer for the GTA trilogy. Looks kind of cool. I thought you were going to mention the contraction of what? No. Golly frick, why is that? Why'd you type that out? I wouldn't worry too much about state of play. We've already seen the Sony games. It's all the same thing. Yeah, but still, Abe, you got to understand, whenever they stoke the fires, we kind of have to harness it. You know what I mean? Looks like there's going to be some first-party reveals, says Eugene. Yeah, even if they do a first-party reveal that's not coming out for 3 years, we got to cover it, brother. We got to cover it. We got to ride that wave when we can. We're not living and dying on news relevancy anymore, and man, that feels freaking good. But, you know, you got to ride those waves when you can. You got to be sensible. You got to be smart. Because if not, you know, you're missing out. You're missing out on easy. We want to meet people, right? And that's easy. That's an easy path to meet folks, is to cover something that's hot, you know? Don't worry too much. Coffee might save your life. After all, they claim it's very good for one's health. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Rageous Roast will save your life, but it might. It might. Please be release dates for Fantasy 16. Oh, we might. I don't know. We don't have a legendary. It's too easy to get to the halfway mark. If it's a struggle to get the reel to the halfway mark, you probably have a legendary fish. But if you can get to the halfway mark pretty easily after 4 or 5 clicks, it's not a legendary. The 2 times I've had a legendary on the line, I've jacked it up and broke the line. Yeah, that was just a large pike. Such a bummer. Ride the wave. That's right. All I'm saying is I drink a lot of Rageous Roast and I'm not dead, so Lono might be onto something. Yeah. Let's see what we not playing for a while. Hopefully there is something sooner. Oh, I hear you on that, Mo. Like, it's great to hear about Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine, but eventually I'm like, who the frick cares? It's a lifetime from now. Do you know? Hey, we got a large salmon, 11 total in our inventory. Oops. I hope Final Fantasy 16 is there. Can't wait. I mean, that's so delicate, isn't it? Like with GTA 6 and Final Fantasy, you know, like, is Final Fantasy 16 rumored to be an MMO? You know what I mean? Like, how do you balance that with 14? You got to maintain 14 because a lot of people won't make the switch. Or is 16 just going to be a contained story? Have they said? Wednesday to play. Somebody said it's on the 27th. So what is that? That's next week, Wednesday. Lono has 99% of the large salmon population of the server. I should sell them for like just such an obscene price and see if we can't get some desperate folks. Like $1,000 a fish. You know what I mean? Get $11,000. Just get some absolute whale to buy all of them. You know? 16 is going to be a single-player RPG, I'm pretty sure. Oh, well, there you go. Passing of gas is bad, but holding in is also bad. What a conundrum. I find it interesting that you guys are still talking about it. Like you guys are really making sure to squeeze as much as you can out of it. Get it? Anyway, it's single player and state of player is October 27th. Yeah. Oh, 5 p.m. Eastern? Oh, well, frick. We can't cover that. We can't. Did you play the FF7 remake? I did, and I didn't like it. I thought the combat was cool. I think they really contextualized the combat well. It felt very exciting. It felt very modern. But dadgummit, the fetch quest and then come back to town and listen to like cute waifus talk for 20 minutes. I couldn't freaking do it, dude. I could not freaking do it. Like, obviously the characters are beautiful and, you know, they're obviously trying to dial that in as an element of the game and a piece of the game. You know, you're going back and talking to these, you know, these pretty waifus, but I couldn't do it. I just could not do it. It was so halting. It was like, you know, go and do this. It's really important. You know, bounce. You know, they bounce a little bit. They got to do that, right? And then you're like, okay, and you go kill like 10 animals and you come back. And it's like, well, now it's time to sit through another, you know, miniature episode of Final Fantasy with, you know, beautiful, extremely talkative women. Like, that's it. That's Final Fantasy in a nutshell, you know? You know, you go on one mission, and then like, that's the content loop. you know? My thing about glute muscles was how it's actually possible for the effort to kill you due to muscle overwork, especially at older ages. Oh. I have no idea. You think multiple people farming the same fishing spot is a problem? I would love to see them give certain things an instance. I don't know if it's possible. Probably isn't. But it'd be pretty dope to be like, yo, I unlocked this new rare spot. This is awesome. And you go over to it, and it's got 8 people fishing it, and nothing... It's dead, right? I don't know if that really gets at what the heart of the game is going for, okay? So, let me give you an example. I don't think they want trees and animals and items of that nature to be instanced, because that takes away the living world feel. You're just going to see people running around hitting trees and fighting animals, and then you're not actually, like, when you watch somebody fish, you can't even see the fish they're pulling out. That kind of hurts the realism. Like when we had our little fishing party, it was kind of a bummer that, like, I couldn't see the fish that you were pulling out. So that tells me they probably could treat fishing in an instanced way that would help with some of the frustrations that we have been dealing with, okay? But you gotta be careful, because trees falling, animals dying, and rocks disappearing is part of the game's charm. It's a living world. Like, one of my favorite things to this day, I still love it. I love it when it happens. And I mention it almost every time. The sound of a tree falling and seeing a tree fall in this game is just dope. It really is. Like, there's just something cool about it. The audio design team for this game deserves extremely high marks. They may end up getting some awards for their audio design in this game for some of the things that they did. They may end up getting some awards for it because it is exceptional. And you don't... If you work against that, you're gonna take some of the game's charm away, okay? However, there are some things where I think you're overstretching the charm, okay? You're overstretching the charm when I walk just now. I just did this morning. I walked 2 to 3 kilometers. Just running around, and I can't see the fishing spots, or I get to a fishing spot and it's been tapped clean by a group of like 8 people just standing there. And who knows, some of them might be running freaking bots. We found a hot spot yesterday and we're pretty sure the guy on it was using a bot, right? I think you're overstretching the charm. I think it's totally fine for me to walk up to a hotspot and for it to be mine until I empty it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think that's hurting the charm of the game. I don't think that's causing any issues. Fishing is already, to a degree, instanced because I can't see what you pull out of the water. You look like a crazy person when you're fishing. You're pulling on a rod, nothing's happening, and then you hold your hand up and there's nothing there. You look like a crazy person, right? When you were stationary once, there were people logging trees behind you. Was like, yeah, that's awesome. Oh, yeah. There was a time where I was just like standing in town and this giant tree falls out in the distance. You could like see it over the edge of the fort of the settlement and like through the main door of the settlement. I was like, that is just, that is so cool. You know, it gives the game like this living, really, it's alive. It's a real world to a certain extent, right? But that charm fades really quickly when it leads to when it leads to futility and frustration. You walk 2 kilometers to a hot spot and it's been tapped dry and you're like, oh, well, that's just the way that it goes. Like that, you're overstretching the charm. You're overstretching the charm, I think, at that point. So I've caught a couple legendary fish. No one to see. Missed an opportunity to brag. Yeah. The sound of the cracking and seeing it fall. Oh, yeah, they nailed it. Even when you just hear like a random gunshot, I love it. Just a random musket fire or somebody hitting mining a rock. You know, I absolutely love it. I think they just did such a good job, you know. Yo, Francis with a $50 tip through Super Chat from a fan to a nice guy. Merry Frickmas early, my dude. Oh, I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much, Francis. That's very kind. That's very, very kind. Thank you for the 50 spot. Thank you. We don't get lots of super chats here. I made a video about the monetization not being that great for live streams, and I think when you do a super chat, it's fine for it to hit chat. I think it should pop up on the video, not in OBS or anything. Like, you guys just watching the video should see that pop up. You know what I mean? They do that with a super thanks, but that's just for you, that you're the only one that sees it. I don't know. I think that would drive more people to do it. They'd be like, bam, pops up on the screen, little animation, That'd be good integration. Instance fishing, then based on the number of players in the area, while you're collecting the same resources, others drop a heavily diminished instant portion for you. So you're fishing. So if there's people there, it's not as good. Is that what you're saying? The musket sounds are awesome, both close and distance. Love that. Yeah. The echoing, the audio drop off, the sense of distance that you hear when people are doing things. It's just excellent. It really truly is. They did a phenomenal job with those aspects of this game. They really, really did. I don't play on my console, but I figure it's a good one. This game? It is. Can you tell me what to do at 60? Besides 65 corruption portals and legendary weapon quest, please? I don't know what to tell you, homie. I'm 50 myself. I'm not there. Min-max your character. Try to get as much gear as you can to min-max into the, get gear that complements your build. Get high-level jewels to put into the gear that complements your build. I don't know. It's what do you want to do? Do you want to be a master jeweler? Do you want to be a seller? Do you want to be a seller of goods? Like, at your level, can you kill, farm, or mine and craft things that are of high value? I don't know. That's what I would do. I mean, I fished a bunch yesterday, and then I made probably $300 overnight just selling the fish in the market, and that funded all of my bait purchases and my proficiency potion bonuses this morning to go back and do it again. There's a lot of different things you can do. Fun fact, if you load a special ammo to a musket, it not only stays loaded if you swap weapons, but also if you unequip it, as long as it stays in your inventory. Huh. That's weird. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. We might have a legendary. We might. I'll give you guys the full screen on it. I think we do. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think we wore him out a little bit. We got to be careful here. Oh, yep. Yeah. This has got to be a legendary. This is not just a normal large fight. This is the real deal right here. This is the real deal. This is going to be a tough fight. We're going to have to ride this only into the orange. We don't want to go into the red. We went into the red the one time we accidentally snapped the line. This is it. We've only had this experience 2 other times, and it is so exhausting. You got to wait until you get those really, really good runs where the white bar doesn't backtrack as much. You really got to. You got to try and wear the fish out and not lose. We don't want to lose any ground here. We're about to get to the halfway mark. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. This is it. We can't get close to red. We did that last time. It freaking sucked. Boy, did that suck. Wait, ooh, we went way too far that time. That's so freaking dangerous. It's so hard to make headway. I've done this before. I stall out at the halfway mark. We're not making any headway. There we did. Sometimes you just have to pivot between green and orange and tucker them out, and then you'll notice that the white bar doesn't go down as much. There, we just got a good run on him. Gotta wear him out, chat. Gonna wear them down. We've made it past the halfway mark. We've made it past the halfway mark. There we go. That was good. You have to learn to like read it. Like you can see when the fish gets tired because like you don't lose the white capital. Like he doesn't swim away. There was a good one. Gee, many Christmas. There was a good one. You just got to wear them down, and then you can sense it. It moves slower. Like, as the green expands, you can sense that it's moving slower, and you can get more out of it. Right there. Got another good one. That was a good one. Just keep going back down. Keep going back down and wait for the slow movement. There it is. Why did the line break? I don't understand. It was green. My eye was watering. I wasn't blinking. I don't understand. Why'd the line break? That was it, it was green. I handled that perfectly. That doesn't make any sense. Is there a time limit? Is there a time limit on how long you can be pulling a fish in? I played by the rules. Like, I didn't... Noberto with 6 months of subs. Welcome back. Let's go. Send that clip to the devs. Need to be further away. Long cast makes it easier. That was going to be the push that got him too? Yeah, it slowed down. I had him. I was like, oh, I got him. This is going slow. I can take this all the way to the end. I've had it snap like that. I'm pretty sure it's RNG. Need a better rod? I have a wormwood rod. The line snapped. The rod didn't break. Man, that is so disappointing. You almost never, ever, ever get those. Whatever. That is so deflating. My disappointment in his events and my day is ruined. Yeah. Yeah. Tomorrow on SNTR Presents New World Fishing and Why I Stopped Playing the Game. That's right. That's right. I think it's a bug. Sometimes mine will keep reeling in after you stop holding the button. No. I was continuing to reel. I was totally fine to continue to reel. It was still green. It was still green. It wasn't like it kept going by mistake. I've had that happen too. It didn't keep going by mistake. It literally just broke. I don't know. I didn't get too close to red, Takashi. Go back and watch. It literally broke and it was green. It hadn't even gotten orange yet. Wasn't even orange yet. I don't know. That was really, really weird. I literally took it all the way down. I went up and I was like, oh, it's green. I've got him, because it started to go really, really slow. So I knew I could take it all the way to the end and snapped during green. I don't know. I've never had the line snap during green. Not even against a legendary like that. I haven't. Not even against the legendary. I only have ever snapped it by accident because it gets too close to the red and I let go and it keeps going. I've definitely done that. I was expecting Cthulhu on the other end for sure. We better take that. Maybe the fish let go. There's a time limit. There could be a time limit. Maybe you can only hit the red so many times on a single pull, and maybe I got into the red and the orange too often. Maybe when you have a fish like that, you need to always stay in the green so you're not putting any strain on the line. Maybe because it was such a long draw, eventually the orange adds up to equal a full red snap. Does that make sense? It's like every time you let it go into the orange, that's like a currency that you're spending, and the line can only take so much of it. And usually when you dip into the orange on a normal fish pool, it's totally fine. You're not going to dip into the orange enough to add up to a red. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like literally a math equation, and it was like, no, yeah, you dipped into the orange so much that as soon as I was about to leave green and go into orange, the line snapped because it was like too much. You know what I'm saying? Do you need a better line? I don't think you can upgrade the line. You can only upgrade the pole. I wonder if there's an internal system that's how it works. I'm curious about that. I am. So if you're pulling in a legendary, you want to constantly avoid staying in the orange. Every time it hits orange, you want to stop. Because if not, you're going to weaken the line. You can't tell if it's a time limit or cumulative orange unless someone has done extensive testing. Grab a legendary rod. You can get one from a quest. I mean, I could probably go buy one. You know? I could probably go buy one. And that would work. You know? I'm just going to start to make the habit of not going into orange. The Syndicate has thrown the Restless Shore into a conflict state. They can now declare war. Man, the Syndicate that came over to this server is wreaking havoc on it. I freaking love it. I don't think the grade of the pole affects the fishing mechanics. It definitely affects what you pull in, like your luck and stuff. You know? Okay, Mr. Moneybags, that works too. Abe, don't hate the player, baby. Yeah, this is just a large sturge or a medium. This isn't a legendary. It's hard because when you get a legendary, you almost have to dip into the orange at the beginning. I definitely got into a rhythm once I got to the halfway point. Like I definitely started to, I was reading it. I was like, oh, I understand. I got to wear him down to when it moves slow. And when it moves slow, I can gain ground. You know? You can definitely read the speed with which it expands. War was declared on the Restless Shore. Your company now has 10 minutes to also declare war. War declared on Restless Shore. You have 10 minutes also to declare war. True player catches that fish. When can you join companies and all that jazz? I think you get to, is it level 15 where you pick a faction and can join a company? I think. Level 10 or 15. It's somewhere in there. And then you can start doing like the faction quests, and the first 3 every day give you really good XP. You know? Well rested, you can see at the bottom, starts to give me less and less of a benefit. Legendaries are bind on pickup. The elite per whatever level 46 Restless Shore drops it. Oh, we fought that guy a bunch of times, I think. The guy like up in the pyramid, like it's like a Mayan sort of area, and you like have to chop the trees down to get to him. Bro, you brought him over here. You fight him. I'm not letting go of my fish, bro. You fight him. Like, you brought him over here. Freaking level 60. Smack him and be done with it. Moron. It's like, he brings the dude over and like, what, I'm supposed to stop what I'm doing to take care of it? Do. I don't know what New World... I don't know that New World knows who their target audience is. I think they do. I think they do. I got the feeling when I played the alpha and the beta, I told people, I said I felt like they were building MMOs for the mid lane. They were not building an MMO for the traditional hardcore MMO player. I felt that from the very, very beginning. Just the systems, the accessibility, the look and the feel, the focus on combat fluidity being more like an action adventure game and less like an MMO, like attack queue. You know what I mean? I don't know. If I remember, once you hit level 100 in fishing, you can also get a legendary fishing pole. Really? Yeah, I know No Man's Sky is a new expedition out. You can get a big worm, visit a bunch of planets with him. Yeah. I, unfortunately just don't have time for it right now. Let's get out of here. That spot is done. I agree, I picked that on the poll. If anyone knows their audience, it's Amazon. Right, they know everything about you. Oh, ouch. Oh, I sat like that for way too long. Holy moly. Holy moly. Ooh, I almost fell. That's a long way down, dude. I'd probably drown in that water. Yeah, you're getting a From Friday later. We're doing a little bit of gameplay now, intermingled with the talk show, and then we're gonna do From Friday because I want to be able to like raid the premiere of my interview with Gothix. I did another episode with her, and she's having that hit at 3 p.m. Eastern. And I want to give that thing a nice start, and we can take a bunch of people over. So we don't have time to do like a New World gameplay session and then From Friday. You know, we don't really have time for that. So we can do this, and then we'll do From Friday, and then we'll all raid that premiere. So. Playing New World while listening to SNTR and grinding to 60. There you go, baby. There you go. We appreciate you guys doing that. If you're new and enjoying the show, remember to hit subscribe, introduce yourself. I am a Safe for Work broadcaster. We do the talk show in the mornings, and I am Safe for Work. You don't have to worry about what is going on. You guys bought so much freaking coffee today. Holy moly, what is going on? 4 more orders came in. I missed these. 2 dark roasts and 2 light roasts to Red Rocket. A dark roast to Lazy Nerd. And a light roast, a green. They went for all 3. The rainbow. 3 hearts from Distorted Sama. Thank you for doing the green light special. Riding a rainbow, baby. And then a light roast and a Frickmas blend to Matt Bag 77. Thank you guys so much. Jiminy Christmas. What is going on? Looks like this Friday was payday for a lot of people. It seems that way. Man, I appreciate it, dude. I really do. I hate missions where you need to kill a specific enemy or get chests and there's not enough around. Oh, the chest ones are terrible. When it's like get 6 chests, I'm like, oh no. Listening to SNTR while sitting in a car wash line. Oh, thank you, D-Tom. Y'all are the best. Y'all are the best. Let's get those 300 likes, man. Strong turnout again today. And really solid. Really solid turnout. We appreciate it. Get off me, bro. Okay. All right. Let's get the bait back on there, and let's get back to fishing. I don't really like coffee, but I got some for my dad to try out. Oh, well, thank you, Lazy Nerd. I appreciate that. That's really kind of you. It will make a great gift. It will make a great gift because it is so drinkable. It's a great gift for coffee drinkers. Get them a light and a dark, or if you know what they like, you know, get them 3 bags of that. Or, you know, great Christmas or holiday gift. You know, get them one of every color. Be like, here you go. You know, and if they want more, it's really easy to buy. RageousRoasts.com. Yo, what's good, Insanity? Video games, fishing, and coffee. Name more iconic duo. That's right. Video game, fishing, and coffee. That's right. We might have a large one on the line right now. Definitely not a legendary, but feels like, yeah, a small dogfish. So quality fish does take longer to pull in. They don't even have to be large. We might have a large on the line right now. Yeah. This is either a high quality, this is either like a blue or a large. Might be a medium. Mediums always tucker out at the halfway point, and then it gets easier. This thing's fighting, so this is either another frogfish. This could be an eel. This might be an eel, like a blue eel, blue quality eel. There we go. Just slowed down. Now they're back to fighting. Large sturgeon. Yeah, it was large. I need some new shirts. Gonna check out 80s Tees, see what they got going on. There you go. Distorted says, I haven't been a big coffee drinker, mainly haven't tried, so I'm gonna try all of yours and see and go see my mother and share with her because she loves coffee. Oh, I appreciate that, Distorted. That's dope. Gothic's interview is at 3. Got to pick my kids up at 3:30. You can always go back and watch it later. I mean, it is a premiere. Like, you know, we'll be hanging out in the chat and giving the video love. But Lono's a fishing expert now. I am. I'm starting to learn to read the line, dude. I'm starting to learn to read the line. You got to if you want to catch those legendaries, man. Frick's sake, dude. You got to keep those legendaries on the line. You got to. Whatever this is, this might be a chest. This thing's just coming in without a single fight. It's starting to fight now. Now it's starting to fight. Chest or a snail, I would guess. Small sturgeon. What's the most enjoyable part of New World for me? I have really, really enjoyed the dungeons. Really, really, really enjoyed the dungeons. I thought they've been excellent. Kill You, what's good, man? Looking forward to hearing more of your story. AMAs are great, too. The community asks great questions. Speak your... Man, I appreciate that very, very much. It's also been nice that we've had almost no trolls. No one's really subtweeting or talking about it. I think some of that is because there's probably a standing order privately. There's probably a standing order to not really say anything or engage or mention it because they don't want to drive more people to the videos, you know? Now, that all may change when we get into some of the deeper waters, you know? That may all change when we get into some of the deeper waters. Some of them may be motivated to speak out and say stuff. My prediction and theory about what will happen in response to the Say No to Rage story is they will act as if it doesn't exist. You know, they won't reply to people. And I don't want anybody doing this, but people are probably going to go mess with them on Twitter, which I hate that people will do that, but they will. And they'll probably just block and move on. They'll just think, you know, in 3 months, who's going to give a frick about that guy's story? You know, we're just going to continue acting as if we didn't do anything, and we won't answer any questions. Because they're not going to want to draw any attention to it. Because the minute they engage with people publicly about it, anybody following them is going to be like, what are you talking about? And then that's a chance that somebody comes and watches my story and hears the truth and is like, wait a minute, aren't you guys going to do the right thing here? You know, if you said things about a guy that were wrong and he proved it wrong, why won't you correct the public record here? They're not going to want to do that. They're not going to want anybody that follows them or is associated with them, any business relationships that they have. They're not going to want any of those people taking a peek at my story. They're not going to. So my theory and sort of my prediction about what will happen, they'll just act as if the videos don't exist. They won't acknowledge them. They won't tweet about them. They won't subtweet about them. The community will basically... I believe they've been given standing orders to, like, just don't say a dadgum thing. Because it's just It's just you are going to draw more attention to it, and we don't want that. Yeah, the Barbra Streisand effect. Like, well, that won't really have the Barbra Streisand effect, Zubair. Now, if they tried to get the videos hidden or try to get the videos taken down, that would have the Barbra Streisand effect. I mean, that happened with Upper Echelon's video. Like, the false copyright strikes made his videos and the situation significantly more popular. You know what I mean? Including Destiny in the thumbnail will bring in a lot of people. Maybe more than your most important video ever. I thought about that, D-Tom. At the time, I considered saying, this is my last Destiny video ever or something, and seeing if that would really rally the sub base. And we were like, we don't want to make any more Destiny content, was kind of the thought, is we didn't want to do anything else to that channel that would root it into that topic. But we're classifying all these videos and updates and live streams as entertainment, so we're leaving the gaming category over there, and that will probably help. You know what I mean? So I thought the Starstone was a really neat dungeon. I really liked the Starstone dungeon. I thought it was dope. I thought it was very well done. I thought it was very, very well done. So I don't know. Once we start having to mention people by name and showing what they said and strongly claiming and clearly and calmly claiming that, you know, these statements were not true, and then being like, we're calling on them to do the right thing and to publicly correct the record as a matter of ethical and moral imperative, that may, I don't know, that may make people say something, and they'll be like, we stand by what we said, you know, maybe nothing. I don't know. Again, they know that if they engage with the topic at all, they're going to drive people to the videos, and that's not what they want. They want the whole thing to just get swept under a rug and go away. That's what they want, you know. The problem is, I'm getting into a line with people like Gothics and going to get to be on podcasts and shows and stuff, and I don't know. You're going to have to deal with that. Like, I'm not going anywhere, and I'm always going to stand my ground. So, you know, it's you can't really sweep it under the rug. It's not really possible anymore. It's going to look pretty lumpy as a rug. You just realized I'm in the same server? Oh, you're on my server, Russ? Yeah, the situation with Depp is so annoying. That is just so annoying. Talk about a double standard. Oh my gosh. Just atrocious. Yo, what's good, Atwood? Somebody will speak. They won't be able to help themselves. They saw what happened last time. They have proof positive that when they talk about it and engage people, it gives me bigger reach, and they don't want that. You know what I mean? Think we'll get another uproar like the one the investigation drug up? No. No. I think they learned from that situation. Just be quiet and ride it out. Don't say anything, you know? Because again, it snowballs. It snowballs. Just one of them engages with it, and the entire Destiny community is going to be like, wait, what's going on? And then a good percentage of those people would come and watch the video, you know? We're literally going to have an episode entitled The Lies, and that's all it's going to be, is totaling up all of the things that were stated that are not true, right? Well, you don't want people watching that. Do you see? It's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. It's like, if they engage with it, a giant percentage of the Destiny community will be like, well, let me go watch this video. It's only 15 minutes long. You know, let's go see what in the heck's going on here. They don't want that. So, I don't know. It's kind of a win-win, because if they say nothing and don't contest anything, then I get to just sort of like establish a very concrete and uncontested narrative, because I don't think they can contest it. Like, they only have to admit wrongdoing, right? Right opposite of the side you can see. Oh, okay. I think somebody else ordered some coffee. Hang on a second. Yep, somebody else ordered some coffee. Holy moly. A bag of Frickmas blend to Imori. Imori, my man. I'm sure there are plenty of people that could speak on Lono's behalf, but these people are scared to get the same wrath he received. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there are people that were there. There are people that know what was going on. There are people that know about the wrongdoing. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's tons of people. There are tons of people, and they've all been scared into silence. You want to have that happen to you? You want to lose your livelihood? Do you? You want to lose your Twitch channel? You want to get banned from Destiny? That's what you feel. That's what you're risking. That's freaking scary. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody likes me enough to do that. Like, what the frick? Listen, man, he's a nice guy. He got a raw deal, but I'm not risking all of this. this is I'm not risking all of this. Are you freaking kidding me? So I pay my bills, you know. I think you speak on these topics with great intellect and empathy. Not everyone would offer peace after being attacked. We don't want someone's truth. We want the truth. They want the truth, just theirs. Yeah. Yeah. When someone tries to control the narrative, it's because their narrative isn't true. No one speaks the truth and then tries to silence any other voices in the discussion. That's not what people do. Like, you don't do that. I'm telling the truth. Just please don't listen to anybody else. You know, don't listen to their side. Wait, I don't understand. I don't understand why. Why would I not listen to the other side? What fear is there? What are they going to say? You know? It's a sad story, but I need food and shelter to live. Yeah, exactly, Zubair. Exactly. Like, and to a certain extent, I kind of respect that. Like, I get it. I don't expect you to risk your neck and livelihood for my sake. That's not needed. That's stupid. They shouldn't even have to be in that position. Come on, fish. We're at 50. We are at 58. We're at 58. We might have a legendary. We might have a legendary on the line. We're going to follow the rules. We're not going to dip too hard into orange. It's getting too easy. I don't think this is a legendary. No, it might be. We're not going to dip too much into the orange. We're going to stay in the green. I think it's getting too easy, though. I don't think this is a legendary. We just got a really good pull. No, this might be. Yeah, no. This might be. It's very accordion. It's a hard-fought fish, whatever this is. Hard fought. A medium sturgeon? That is so random. Ugh. That is random. It was so hard. That was a hard fight. I really thought we had something big or high value on the line. I really did. Yeah, this is just a normal whatever this is. Medium pike. Yeah, you called it. It was a medium sturge. Like, yeah. It's total fake out. The sturgeons fight a lot, though. Whatever kind of fish they are, they make them fight a lot in this game. So even a medium can give you a run, you know, and make it take a while to pull it in. I haven't gotten a lot of info and a lot of coffee. Dad, I'll drink it black. What are the best things to add to each flavor? I test them all with no additives. No, I couldn't find any of the spots on Restless Shore, Deadly Dad. They weren't there. It's like I went there and they weren't there. It was really, really weird. It was super weird. I do Italian sweet cream. I think Italian sweet cream, the reason I like Italian sweet cream is it doesn't alter the flavor of the coffee. It just kind of sweetens it up a bit. You know, just a little bit of Italian sweet cream gives it a little bit of a sweetness, cuts some of the bitterness. This has balanced acidity, so you don't have to worry too much about the bitterness. Like, that's one of the reasons it's so drinkable. So So I do Italian sweet cream. You get like the caramel and the macchiato and the French this and the nutmeg and the blah blah blah, and that's gonna fiddle around. That's gonna fiddle around with the flavor of the coffee quite a bit. I have found that Italian sweet cream does not affect the coffee's flavor very much at all. It just makes it sweeter and more drinkable for me. So you drink, if you're not a coffee drinker and you drink it black, you're gonna be like, woof, like you're like, this is so strong. Because if you're not used to coffee, drinking it black that's a tall order. True, Italian sweet cream lets the coffee flavor come through. Yeah. You would use sweet cream? Half and half go together like cookies and milk, coffee and half. Yeah, some people like half and half. I don't feel like half and half does anything. I feel like it just cuts down the strength of the coffee. It doesn't add a sweetness like at all. And then once you start adding sugar, I think you're just making. I think when you do it half and half and then sugar, or like just plain old creamer and then sugar, I never feel like that tastes right. I feel like it just gets in a weird. I don't know. It just gets in a weird palate. It doesn't ever taste right whenever I do that. So I don't know. I think, do we unlock something at 60? We just hit 59 on fishing. I would do what a lot of them have done, says Kill You. Just disassociate from the group and move on with my career. Hopefully, when the narrative flips enough, they'll get some backbone. Yeah. We talked about that yesterday in the AMA. Like, a lot of people don't realize that almost all of them have broken ties. How does that not... Like, to me, it's like, how the frick does that not tell you something else is going on? Like, why would they all break ties after doing that to me? Like, what the frick? Like, come on. I don't know. No one thinks critically. You know what I mean? Everybody thinks with brand loyalty. No one thinks critically. They think, well, I'm loyal to this person, so surely they could do no wrong. I mean, they torched a guy's career and then completely purged their Twitter feed, and now none of them work together anymore? Like, come on. No, I never ended up playing Lemniscate. I think we missed the boat on that. It got delayed, and then it launched, and it was like we were not in a position to play it when it launched. So going back, it's like, forget it. Yo, it's good, Ghostface. Yeah, it's been a good Friday. It has been. We got From Friday coming up here in a little while, and then we got a Gothics interview at 3 p.m. Eastern, so you can use the Gothics command if you want to watch the first one or bookmark the second one. None of them play together anymore. Yeah, a lot of them have just completely parted ways. They don't. Some of them. The one guy stepped down from Rare Drop. The one guy doesn't have Rare Drop in his Twitter description anymore. The one guy purged his entire timeline. You can't see a single tweet before January 16th of last year. Yeah, like it's just a total 100% break ties cover up. Like, no one thinks that's weird. Like, no one thinks that's fishy. Come on. Yeah. It's like, well, we did that, so I don't know. If I was an outsider, I would be extremely interested in what in the frick was going on. If I was an outsider, I would be extremely interested. Like, wait a minute. Yeah, exactly, Eric. You got a couple of rare fish in Cascade Harbor fishing spots today? Here's the thing. If I've unlocked more fishing spots, right? I've unlocked more fishing spots, but I can't find them because I don't know where they are. So I have to just wander around looking for them. I've been able to go between these two fishing spots down in First Light, and almost nobody's ever there, and I'm making progress. So like, I'm just kind of taking the slow route, the slow and steady route, as opposed to like the high risk route of going to a spot and people being there, or trying to find a spot and it not being accessible. I went up into Restless Shore. I went to 3 different spots. Nothing. No, I couldn't see any of them. So it's like, it was just a giant waste of time. During the entire time I was doing that, I could have just been running between these two and fishing. Let's go. Let's check and see any more coffee orders. I was taking too long to shout them out, so I want to make sure and keep checking. You guys went crazy today, like legitimately crazy. How many did we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 coffee orders. Jeepers. Wife and kiddos are going to be busy this weekend. Ow! I'm trying to turn my character, but he wouldn't turn. Watching you and Ginger. Ginger's a good guy. He's got good content. Told myself I was done with coffee until later. All this talk and descriptions, how everyone likes it. Cup 3 in the works. There you go. There you go. I believe my friends. They're not friends anymore. Do they still? Yeah. Like, that's probably one of the aspects about it that's, like, hard to talk about without getting extremely angry. It's like, does anybody have guts? Anybody got any balls? You know what I'm saying? Does anybody have a backbone to be like, we messed this up? Like, we should be helping this guy. You know what I'm saying? None of you have any balls at all. Like, you know what I mean? It's so hard not to get angry. That's why yesterday I was trying to couch it and trying to maintain I'm trying to maintain a vocabulary of, like, if you're a person of integrity, if you're a person of high character, you know, if you're an honest person, then you would make amends. You would try to fix this. You would. Even the people that just, like, got involved and made videos and, like, capitalized on it. Where is your backbone? You know what I mean? That's the hardest thing. I get really angry when I think about that. Like, the opportunists, the people that, like, dogpiled, jumped in, made vids, made money from it, and now instead of going back and being like, man, we completely messed this up. This should have been handled in a totally different way. You know, even an apology to me. You know, nothing, just not a blip. That's I get hot when I think about that. That's one of the few areas where, like, I have to calm down and keep those temperatures low, because it's like, where is your spine? You know what I mean? Where is your character? That's where I get angry, because it's like, that is such an easy thing to do. It wouldn't hurt you at all to come out and say, this situation's not what we thought it was. That, you know, take the videos down. You know, retract the hate, you know. I'm not saying you're a horrible person, but you're doing stuff that horrible people do. Right. Kind of threw gas at you with my second question yesterday in that regard. I saw Creature put dots in the chat and thought I fudged up. We're going to have to cover that, you know, Ashen. I spoke about it vaguely. But, like, we'll have to cover that. We'll have to cover, you know, what that individual said. And as someone who, you know, who thinks it's very, very dangerous to misuse, you know, any holy book, by the way, not just that one, but, like, any holy book. Just sold another 2 bags. I don't drink coffee, but my wife does like water. Yo, my man sent it. Thank you. Let me check here. Let me check the email. Yo, what's good, Darkness? What are you up to today? We're just chilling, talking about New World, talking about the New World target audience, talking about the, oh no, we got a couple of sales here. A Frickmas and a Dark Roast to, does your first name start with F, Sinit? If your first name starts with F, I got that one. No. Sinit did the Light Roast and the Dark Roast. And then the order before that was a Frickmas and a Dark Roast, I think was Rexy. Oh, no, you use your full name in chat. Okay, yeah, thank you, Francis. I never want to say someone's name, but when you put your Discord name as Francis, I was like, oh, that's his actual name. You know. Thank you for that coffee order. 2 more coffee orders. You guys are crazy. That's 12 orders for the day. Are you going to put the evidence on screen again? Messages after you made them slightly uncomfortable? That's something that we're not quite sure what to do from a production standpoint, Darth, because like I think that's just so exhaustive and so disruptive and so I just don't know. Part of me wants to be like, you know, go watch the evidence video, but then Creature's like, no, we don't want to drive people to other videos. We want everything, you know, in the videos that needs to be there. And I'm just like, I just don't know. I don't know. That's so, there's so much. It's like I went back and added more to it. It's like a 47-page document. I don't know if that would be worth it. It's just, I don't know. It's tough because it's super important, but it's almost 50 pages. Not ready to order coffee yet, says Steven, but always down for some super chat. Here's to the legendary fish that got away. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate the 10 spot, man. Thank you. The legendary fish that got away, dude. Frick that thing, man. It's so, I was so dumb. I think it's important to hold some of that up to the light again. There's a part of me, Darth, that thinks I should just say, listen, it's been firmly established by another video that I made that they completely misrepresented our friendships and the relationships that we had, you know, and mainly speak to their claims and simply say the claims are not true. I'm not interested in calling someone a liar or a charlatan, you know, or a fake or a phony. I went on those tirades for enough. They're not helpful. I'd rather be like, listen, I firmly established in another video that the nature of our friendships and relationships were completely misrepresented. And if you want to go watch that, you can, okay? If you want to go watch that, you can. But the point is, this person said this. This is simply not true. This is a misrepresentation of what happened. That to me is more important than going back and rehashing whispers and DMs and tweets. Like, I've already done that in another video. You know what I mean? I've already done that. I shouldn't have to do it again, you know. It makes them look like liars to show it to the world again, and then they just remain silent. It could help to bring more viewers to your side. If they missed that video back then. That's a fair point to be like, look, man, that video is like an hour long. Like, in short little 15, 25-minute snippets, you could really, you know, land some good evidence instead of being like, yeah, go watch an hour-long video. Like, that's a well-made point. We'll figure it out, Darth. It's I think the biggest challenge, some guy yesterday was like, you should have made this as just one video. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? It would have been like a 3-hour-long video. No one would have watched it. It would have been absurd. Like, doing it as a series makes it way more, you know, consumable, and then you can show up and ask questions about each particular thing. It'd have been a 3-hour video with like a 10-hour-long Q&A session. You know what I mean? What's the goal of the video? To tell the truth, to tell my story. And that's where it gets kind of dicey. It's like, well, we kind of have to include that stuff, don't we? But then at the same time, I'm like, here's where I get stuck on some of this. I think some of these people are in really dark places, and I don't want to push them further down into darkness. So I'm not quite sure how to couch some of it. It's like, you said things that weren't true. You should be held accountable, but I know you're in a dark place. So I don't want to put my foot on your back and shove you further down. But at the same time, you hurt me in my life. So, like, that's part of the story. I don't know. Some of that's tough. You know, I got no problem, you know, bludgeoning Twitch. I got no problem calling on the men strongly to do the right thing. But some of the women, I'm just like, frick. I was like, I don't know. You know, it's tough. It's tough. Because I look at them and think, you were manipulated. You were tricked. You were duped. You know, you lost friends over this. And now you're in a dark place. And I don't want to make things worse for you. That's not my goal here, you know? I don't know. That's where I'm freezing up on some of it. I'm like, I'm not sure how I'm going to handle some of this stuff, you know? Hopefully it turns into a Netflix series. Tiger Lono for the win. I don't think that's ever going to happen, brother. It's not that exciting. It's not that interesting, you know? If you had to choose between a 47-minute review or a 0-minute review, which would you pick? What? I don't understand the question, Zubair. They're happy to go along with it because they saw themselves profiting. I don't know if that's true, Sinos. I don't want to project and presume. I don't think they were like, I'm going to profit from this. I genuinely think a couple of them were like, I'm helping my friends. My friend's in a tough spot. Solidarity will help them. So I'll throw in my very generic story and we'll all link arm in arm and it'll help them. I honestly think it wasn't like, I'm going to make money from this. It was, yeah, you know, I got to help my friend here. I don't know. I would just go listen to the confessions and the admissions that it was planned and just listen to how some of the phrasing goes. It sounds like there was like one or two people applying pressure and the other people were super hesitant to speak and they were sort of pressured to. Which, you got to think about that. Why are you doing that? Like, who does that? Who pressures a woman to speak out? You know, it wasn't our story to tell. You know, we didn't want to say anything. That's why we kept it quiet. Who's privately pressuring them then? That's the real question. That's the real question. One of the people involved chose the lesser of two evils, so the mob wouldn't turn on them. It's possible. It's scary. When that sort of thing hits, it's scary. Everyone's scared. Everyone's scared. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, this is insane. This situation's insane. You know what I mean? It's also a nice bonus to knock off the top of the directory. Oh, there were probably some people that were privately very happy. They're like, oh man, it's really going to open up doors, you know? It really didn't. It just damaged that directory is all it did. Yo, D Dizzle with the 5 spot. Love the content. How do I join the company? You're not online when I log in. Work life. Yo, D Dizzle, I can send you one now. What's your username? I'll take care of you, and then you'll just be able to log in and it'll be there waiting for you. I miss Tiger Lono, but I'm an angry guy. I'd love to see a scorched earth. You know, yeah. You're not gonna get tiger blood, you know, lava blood Lono. That day is done. That time has passed. Zubair says, I'm saying, if you only had the extreme options, which would you take? A long detailed video or no details at all? Trying to poke at the question from a novel angle to shake loose priorities. Right. Objection to Zubair's line of questioning. Yeah, I don't know, Zubair. I don't know. Like, it's really, really tough because I think the hour-long video, like, I'm also in just like a very different frame of mind. I'm definitely very angry and kind of you know, on the attack a little bit in that video. I'd rather be like, you know, in a more of a state of mind of like being calm and empathetic and sympathetic to be like, listen, like, I don't need to rehash DMs and whispers, but I'm here to tell you this you know, to a certain extent, I don't have to show it. I just say it. I'm like, the proof's there if you want to go find it. It's in my video, but I'll just summarize right now. This person maintained friendship and comfort with me. There was never any signs of problem, and you know, that should really make you call into question why they suddenly had a problem with something that happened 3 years ago one time. You know, the nature of our friendship never changed or shifted. It only changed and shifted once someone put some gossip in their ear. That again should really make you question what in the world's going on here. You know, I can tell the story without being like, here's 18 different pictures of whispers and DMs. You see what I'm saying? Can I get a company ad too? Same name. All right, hang on a second. All right, so we got send company invite. Let's get Rygen in here. There you go. Invite to company. Sent. Did D Dizzle say anything in chat? Let me see if there's a D Dizzle here. Have you ever had anxiety panic attacks? Yes, I have had complete and utter mental breakdowns. My wife's had to, like, you know, hold me because I just freaking lose it. Not recently, thankfully, not recently, but yeah, there were times where I completely came unglued, didn't know what to do. Just completely losing my grip. That happened a handful of times, yeah. Right now I'm on medication for blood pressure and for heart palpitations, and I have medication that I have to use for rosacea, which is a form of acne that is triggered by stress and anxiety. So the blood pressure, heart palpitations, and then the rosacea, all triggered by anxiety that I deal with pretty much every day. I'm not seeing D Dizzle's comment. I'm not seeing it. Hang on a second. We got to schedule from Friday. I've experienced 2 panic attacks in my life. Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. I'll go through that. I'll go through that like the night that it happened. The night that it happened. There's going to be an episode about that, like what that was like, what it did to me. Yeah. Yep. Eden's really popping server now, from what I hear. Another big streamer and his crew transferred there. His name is Solid FPS. They're all Marauder. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's worrisome. Green has already had a really, really good run on this server. They already have, man. I don't know. I don't know. That's a little worrisome. It's a little worrisome. Public, and we'll go at 12:10. All right, see you, Night Train. Are you gonna be good at Dark Souls, or so we can expect some salt? Oh, I don't know where we're going. I don't know where we're going, homie. So I don't know. Like, I'm getting to a place where once I get to a boss, I know I can beat the boss. Like, I can just, I don't know. Like, I have a lot of confidence in the game now. Like, I know, like, I'm gonna get to a boss, I'm gonna figure it out, I'm gonna beat it, like, for that episode. You know what I'm saying? So what did we get today? The frick? Oh. So glad Vanessa let me send a photo. Should have seen what she threatened to use. LOL. You guys should have seen what she threatened to use. Like, Vanessa was going to use like a really, really awkward photo of me. And she was like, do you have one that you can send me? Or I'm going to use this one. You and Hilly should race Excite bikes tonight. Oh, gosh. Oh, that was a big stretch. I can say with 100% confidence and seriousness, the next area does not have unmitigated damage. You said that last week, and you're making me nervous. Hey, somebody ordered some coffee. Another order of dark roast and light roast to Witty Wabbit. Thanks, Witty. Witty, I'm not sure from your avatar, what do I refer to you as a dude, as a gal, as a they? I don't know. It's confusing. I'm not sure. Oh, I might be able to deduce it from your order. Let's see if I can. Ah! Aha! Okay. Medium salmon. Most welcome. I love coffee. Word. I'm she. Okay, there we go. There we go. She, her. Okay. Dudes will use avatars like that. And I'm always like, I'm so thrown. Because I'm like, I see it. And naturally I want to be like, oh. You know, they'll use like the anime chick waifu avatars. And I'm like, you would, wait. You would got, you know what I'm saying? It's always confusing. You know, and then you got avatars like Zubair. And it's just like, if I could put some duct tape over that part of the monitor, but he says so much in chat, it's just impossible. It's impossible. Oh, golly. I assume all MMO players are male unless proven otherwise. Yeah. I get confused for a she a lot too until I say certain things. Oh, my pole broke. There we go. Okay. My best friend's Final Fantasy. I thought she was a man for 10 years. That's great. That's great. Made me self-conscious. Now I gotta change it. Oh, is that actually you now? Instead of being that picture, you said it was something from a game or something. Is that actually you? Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, we did it. Better order more coffee. That's right. Someone at work's resignation was put in a holiday request annual leave. Under additional info, it had destination North Korea. They've returned in now 15 weeks. They haven't returned in now 15 weeks since they're due back. Well, that's freaking terrifying. I told my daughter not to use real photos because there's creepers online. That's true. That's true. Yep. You know, gotta watch out for those dumpy lawyers and you know, the guys named Mitch. You know. Ouch! Freaking guy. Yeah, exactly, Eugene. I'm like, of all the places to go right now, I think that's last. That's like bottom. You know? Jumpy lawyers are the worst. Mitch is like, hey now. Wait a minute. Dummy lawyers are the safest people on the internet. I can post all the pictures of me I want. 0% danger. Oh, man, that's good. That's really good. Love how you laugh at your own jokes. My wife talks about it all the time. She's like, you're the only one laughing. I'm like, I don't care. I'm having a good time. I'm my biggest fan, you know? Oh, gosh. That's good. That's good. See if we got any more. Oh, stop it. Stop it. These freaking guys. It's not refreshing. There it goes. It's the ultimate sign you've reached peak dad joke status. My friend in Tennessee had a famous singer call me once, and he said I sounded 12. I was 28 at the time. Yeah. Some women voices, like, they hit a certain octave that it makes you sound super duper young. Yeah. It's always a real bummer too when like a young boy gets, people always think it's a woman. You know what I'm saying? They hit just the right octave. Like, you always feel bad for them. You know, they're like, you know, is this Mrs. Johnson? He's like, no. I always feel kind of bad for him. You know. I sometimes laugh hysterically at my own jokes until I'm in tears. My wife just says, oh boy. When you're laughing at your own joke and they get angry, it makes it funnier. Like, if they just like stare, like if she just like stares at me and looks annoyed, it makes it funnier. Like, I end up laughing harder. You know, I'm like, your disapproval and your scolding makes it funnier. You know, it really, really, truly does. It's a badge of honor. That's right. That's right. Let's see if we can medium cast here. Well, that was short. I was 21. I sounded like an alien. Keep laughing harder. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. It makes it funnier. I've tried to tell her that. I'm like, your disapproval makes it funnier. It's so much more enjoyable. Large salmon. We got 12 in the pot now. All right, let's see. Medium cast. Okay, we got to move forward just a touch. Medium cast, and we're in the hot spot. Taking my son birthday shopping. See you later, folks. Oh yeah, see you later, man. Have a good one. Yeah, this is probably just going to be a Sturge. This isn't a legendary, but it's giving me a good fight. It's giving me a good fight. Whatever this is. Probably a Sturge. Or a large. But the Sturges fight, even the medium Sturges, put up a really good fight. Large Sturge, yeah. I used to get called a woman at work all the time because of my hair. A lot of the moms would say, give the item to the lady at the till to their kids, and I'd greet them with the deepest voice I could. That's perfect. Just buy yourself... Yeah, just buy your son some Rageless Roast. That's right. Like, your shopping should already be done. You know what I mean? Shouldn't be a problem at all. Shouldn't be a problem at all. Shopping done. Tell your cat I said pss, 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 pss. That's good. That's good, dude. That is good. 2 + 2 = fish. Yeah, baby. It seems like we are getting better results from the medium cast. I could be dreaming, but I don't know. It does seem to be a little easier as well now that we're not short casting. Short casting, shout casting. Shoot Mobile is janky. Been watching for a while. Just noticed I was 30 minutes behind. Yeah, that's always awkward. That's why we have that alert hit the chat. We're like, hey, make sure you're watching live. Like, double check, you know? Some games give you anxiety and you'll never know why. I remember, I still have this happen. I've not played one in a while, but if I play a battle royale, the first drop, I'm always like shaking. Like, it's like it's like I get this weird just injection of adrenaline, and then after that I'm fine. It's always that first drop. I don't know why. It's so freaking weird. It's like so much adrenaline that like my hands are shaking. It's almost like my body has got like, it's like I'm shivering. It's so weird, and it's only the first game. It's always the first game. Warzone Friday when? No, dude, no. Golly, no. Every fight in a battle royale makes me shaky. I get so tense. No, I always chill after the first one. Oh, it's another frogfish. Another frogfish on the line. The frogfish are pretty good for experience, I think. 5 spot from thanks for the 5 spot. Thanks for the 5 spot. 5 spot. Thanks for the 5 spot. That is great. Oh, thanks for the 5 spot. 5 spot from thanks for the 5 spot. Oh, that is just stupid. I really would prefer 100 spot as a username. I mean, that would definitely be better, but we'll take it. Can you just tell him that you love Warzone and request it for Fridays? I just don't think it would be. I don't think it would turn into what you guys think it would turn into. You know? I don't think so. I think it just turns into salt. PvP games are not good for Hilly and I. We played Splitgate that one night, and 5 or 10 minutes in, we were both griping and grumpy. It just doesn't work. There's a sweet spot, man. There's a sweet spot, and PvP games take us all the way out of sweet and right into sour. It just doesn't work. We know what it would turn into. We tried it. Yeah. I don't like that part of me. That salty, whiny guy that comes out when I'm drinking and playing a PvP game. It's just not entertaining. It's not me yelling at Dark Souls. It's just me being a baby. It's just, I don't know. And I can't turn it off, dude. I get a couple drinks in and I just can't do it. I am grumpy. I'm grumpy in a PvP game after a couple of drinks. I can't laugh it off. I can't. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. There's just that streak in me. I'm very, very provoked to anger by that kind of stuff. And I have no filter. It Takes Two replay should definitely be an anniversary game. Oh, yeah. We definitely need to do that. And we'll switch roles. I'll play as the guy and he can play as the girl, and we'll definitely do that. 2 drunk thumbless dads getting crapped on isn't entertaining. Yeah, it just doesn't work. It isn't funny. Salt in Dark Souls is funny because, there's fire and there's furor, and then I calm down and get back to work. We just descend, I especially, not so much Hilly, it is more me. I just descend into Complaintville. It just isn't enjoyable. I remember there was a day we did private lobbies, and someone was absolutely crapping on all of us, and we kicked him out because he was too sweaty. Yeah, there's that too. When we tried to do the private lobbies, or we tried to do private games in Warzone, if we could have gotten 100 people for private plunder games, that would have been a dadgum blast. But people were stream sniping, people were sweating. Even when we had private plunder lobbies, it just didn't go well. It just didn't go well. I'm just trying to laugh and have fun, and everybody always, without fail, is get the streamer. There's just nothing you can do about it. You're not going to get 100 people. You're not going to get 98 people to agree to just play normal. They're going to snipe the frick out of me. And it's so annoying. And apparently, people that really, really knew the game, they eat, breathe, and sleep Warzone, they had super sweaty loadouts and I don't know. It just doesn't do what we want Friday night to be. Friday night's supposed to be him and me just messing around in a game and laughing. Like when we played Valheim. Valheim was freaking perfect. Or, It Takes Two or Human Fall Flat, And then eventually, games like Human Fall Flat get too complex and we have to walk away. It's like Portal. It's this is too complex. I'm sitting here mouth breathing trying to figure it out, and Hilly's just, running around. It just doesn't, the entertainment value drops. If there was a game we could play like that as a community, it would be great. What's on tonight's agenda? We're going to play Phasmophobia tonight in celebration of the time of year and scary, spooky, you know what I mean? I brought Sweat in Warzone. This is the problem, Darth. You can't take that out of somebody. It's not fair to ask you to come play a game that you're uber familiar with and good at and be like, can you play bad? Do you know? You can, it's not possible. I'm never going to get you to not be who you are. Online co-op and single player, the largest ocean simulation Ever to create, you need oh my gosh. Well, this would be so good for one of our ideas. Build structures that interact, gather crystals, craft them. Oh gosh. Enters early access November 11th. I got to go to the Steam page. Shoot. Yes. Breakwaters. This looks really good. Snow wants to play Phasmophobia with y'all. I don't know if we were going to pull anybody else in. I think we were just going to rock it with the two of us. Where the frick is it? The new game room? Where is it? Oh, there it is. New games. Yeah, we gotta put this on our radar. Come on. Need 12 hours by then. Yeah, I might be able to request a key. That game would be really, really good for that thing that we're thinking about. Looking up breakwaters now. Yeah. It looks good. I was doing my best if I found Lono, I'd let him walk past me. I really tried not to sweat. I even picked an off-meta loadout, but I slowly turned sweat. I keep spawning near Lono and wrecked him till he finally quit and closed Warzone. Yeah, that one night where it just descended into that. Like, I just died like 7 or 8 times in the same spot. I don't know. My kiddo said we need to avoid the larger maps with just 2 in Phasmophobia. Okay. Yeah, I think Friday nights for the time being. I mean, I'm just gonna rock with Hilly. Like, we just have like a vibe, and we're also thinking long term about like segments that he and I can do. So like, I kind of like to use it as like we're just continuing to get better and better at like the banter and everything, you know. Okay, Hex. I never saw Lono, but did get toxic when people would put on the meta gun. Yeah. Me and Stubby were absolutely dying, laughing, just following Lono around in Warzone. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where it was like, I'm not, Lumpy no Stubby? You mean Lumpy. Right. I'm just never going to be able to play at a level to make that entertaining for very long. I'm not that good, and, you know, the dilemma is always going to be, we want it to be entertaining. We don't want it to be, you know, bad. I have to be able to kind of coast. Oh, shoot. I can't. Hang on. I can't fish anymore. I got to, let's pull this one out. There we go. Boom. Map. Okay, I'll be right back. Am I censored? No, I can see what you're saying, Francis. I can see what you're saying. DMR was the meta at the time. It was stupid broken. It wasn't meant as a slight. It was just funner for us to watch you play than to kill you. Right. Your voiceover and giving your player a character is always entertaining. Oh, like when I play like single player games? Yeah. Would you be interested in interviewing Columbia University professor and America Comics expert Jeremy Dauber? All right, I'll be right back. What? Mine in, 1 second, chat. 1 second, chat. I have like the teeniest headache starting. Okay. See you, Hilly. He's probably already gone. Maybe have it on deck for an AMA session, so you can reference it during chat. Oh, the evidence and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Okay, yeah. We definitely want to end under 3, so let me put my guy in the... Let me put him in here. Sounds like it's beer o'clock. No, it's noon. Okay, put him in here. Okay. Oh, my controller's not in here. Let me open up Dark Souls and let's set up the redirect. I don't know why I'm getting a white screen opening up Dark Souls. Okay. Perfect. Okay, here's where we're going. Okay, that is where we're going. Announcements. Okay. Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. Another episode of From Fridays for you. Working our way through Dark Souls 3. We appreciate the support of this series. We've been having a really, really good time filming it, doing it, all of the things. If you came over from the live redirect, you're the absolute best, and we appreciate that very, very much. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting this series.